Infinity. I am Elite.
I am Riz, the HHC, and we're back.
We're back. Last episode that we did, we talked about... What album did we talk about? It's the stoner memory. It's what happens when you smoke weed too much.
And I don't even have an excuse for it. Juice.
Oh, the Juice soundtrack.
We did a combo.
The movie and the soundtrack.
And we're doing another combo today.
And this is probably the most unique one.
Absolutely.
Because not only are we going to talk about one of the greatest artists of all time, but someone that is not a hip-hop artist, someone that is classically considered the king of pop.
Right.
And we're going to do a deep dive in a way that we normally don't. So just to give you guys an idea, if this is your first time tuning in, we appreciate you tuning in. The goal of 90s Till Infinity podcast, what we do is we talk about hip-hop albums from the past, the present. We take the album, we dissect it from front to back. We talk about the sales, the lore surrounding the album, the collabs. And then what we do is we take each individual track and we give it a rating out of 5 CDs because we're 90s teens.
So we grew up on...
And that's how we listen to most of our music, is with CDs. And then we give the entire album a grading. So we're going to do something similar today, but the person that we're talking about, it's really hard to put a score on the impact because we're going to be talking about Michael Jackson.
Mike Jack in the hip-hop world.
And the reason why we're doing it is because we had the opportunity to watch the movie opening night.
The biography of Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
The proper theatrical. I mean, there's been versions of it, but this is the first time it's been put on the big scale.
Yeah.
And we as a family unit got to go and watch it, and I think that sparked something in all of us, right?
So much nostalgia. Brilliantly played by Jafaar Jackson.
Definitely.
So the idea of the episode today, what we're gonna do our usual news talk in the beginning.
Yep.
And as far as the Michael segment goes, because Michael has weirdly 11 solo albums, not counting Escape, which is like the latest kind of throwaway album.
Yeah.
But we're not gonna talk about Motown MJ because he didn't write any of the music and he was still kind of under the control of Berry Gordy.
Right.
So we're gonna go from Off the Wall all the way up until History.
Right.
So what we're gonna do, we're gonna talk about the albums, our favorite songs, and then we're gonna give each individual project a score as we kind of go down the line. But I'm really excited because it's Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I mean we're both Mike Jack fans, but you're since I've known you since birth, you have been a huge, you've been on another level. Right?
Yeah,
Michael Jackson.
yeah. I would say it's a weird thing because my dad somehow came across the making of Thriller on VHS.
Man, we wore that video tape.
Oh my God, watched it to
Every
death.
time I came over, it was on.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's hard to not watch it when you're a kid.
John Landis, right?
John Landis, of course, yeah. And then Vincent Price had a special in there as well.
It was just something very different.
So unique.
Right.
And we were already horror movie fans.
Right, especially...
coming from our little weird world of horror.
And it was scary. It was kind of scary.
It was legitimately scary.
Yeah, it was.
The effects were solid.
Yep.
MJ turning into a werewolf was brilliantly done.
Never seen anything. I don't think you ever saw a song made into a mini movie.
First of its kind.
Right? It was first.
First
guy
of
was
its
so
kind.
ahead of his game.
Yeah. But before we get into all that, because we could just immediately start talking about MJ and go off the deep end. So many things are happening in the world right now.
As it always is.
It feels like it never stops. It feels like we just kind of keep going in these chaotic circles.
Right.
And I know there's some things that are music related that we're talking about. But what do you have that's not music related?
That's not music related. Oh, that's a good one. I don't know if I do have anything that's not.
So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You go ahead.
Yeah, it's because we dabble in some politics. We touch on some things.
Yeah.
And I've had some people say, well, how come we never talk about Canadian politics? How come we never talk about what's happening in the country that you live in? And fair.
A fair point.
Fair point.
Yeah. Why not?
The reason why we don't is because generally speaking, Canada's fairly stable.
It is.
Generally speaking.
Especially now when you look at the scope of things.
Sure. That doesn't account for the poverty. That doesn't account for the addiction crisis. That doesn't account for the cost. Yeah, that doesn't account for any of those things. But as a nation, we're not out here starting wars. We're not out here blowing people up. We're not out here invading countries.
Right.
We're not regime changing. We're not doing any of those things.
Right.
So it's a little bit harder to find things to talk about that are inflammatory or that Canadians really care about.
Right.
But something that Canadians do care about, which seems to be picking up steam more and more and more, is Alberta wanting to become its own country.
I've heard that.
Or the 51st state, whichever way you want to play them.
I feel like it's Quebec 20 years ago all over again.
100%.
Right.
And Danielle Smith, who is the premier of this, it's so funny, I by default want to call them a state. The province of Alberta, they put together this referendum, and there's a whole bunch of potentially criminal charges coming their way because they potentially stole a whole lot of voter information.
Oh, wow.
Illegally got a lot of people's information that they should not have gotten. And rumor is that it is being propelled by Russia and the US, which would make it election interference, which is globally condemned and considered illegal.
Oh, it's so Republican of them.
Right? And Danielle Smith...
I wonder where they got the idea from.
Exactly the point. She is a mini maple maggot, and because of the whole infection of MAGA perpetuating Alberta, which is kind of like all over the place.
Right. It's getting infectious.
It's just insane.
Absolutely.
And the thing is, like, that is a symptom of a larger disease of white supremacy.
Right.
And this is just a new code name for it, MAGA, whatever you want to call it.
And I think it doesn't help that Alberta is not as multicultural
At all.
as some of the an Ontario or a
Absolutely.
BC, which can propel that.
Yeah, for sure.
Even, you know.
For sure, they still got their cowboys. They still kind of have a little bit of a rural feel to
Right,
them.
a little backwards thinking.
Absolutely, Calgary is still that way as well. And you can hear this and hate it if you want to, but you can't. I mean y'all still have a rodeo.
The truth hurts.
Come on, y'all still got a rodeo.
Mm-hmm.
It's nonsense. So
that's your biggest attraction.
Yes.
Stampede. What the fuck
and
is
it's
that?
also the number one propellant of STDs.
Classy.
And
Calgary's keeping it classy.
And pregnancies
Oh, that's good.
that end up with single moms.
Well, I mean, how would the show Teen Mom keep going if we didn't have that?
You gotta find these babies somewhere. So the biggest thing for me is the thing that I've been thinking about is, okay, fine, you want to separate, go.
Yeah.
Become the 51st state.
Fuck off.
Now, what I would love to see Canada do is impose massive taxes on everything that
That'd be
they
great.
need from the rest of Canada.
Right.
Because what do you got? You got oil, you got beef. How much beef are you gonna eat?
Yep.
Eventually, you need other food. So you want to get your produce from BC,
Sure.
West Coast?
Sure.
How about a 400% tax? Maybe that way you'll learn to shut the fuck up and try and be a part of the country that's giving you the ability to benefit off of the oil that you have in the ground. It's not like Alberta did it. The government of Canada, with the province of Alberta, built the pipelines, the tar sands. You didn't do it yourself. You don't own it.
Nope.
So I've been thinking about that a lot, and it's been frustrating and annoying because I see people.
Why is it bothering you? Like, is it because it's similar to what's happening in the States, or is it just because it's our neighbors? Like if it was Winnipeg or Manitoba or something of that sort, would it be as?
I think it would still be problematic.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because that belief system, the MAGA belief system, is dangerous.
Right.
Because what it does, it gives power to people that they don't deserve and that they haven't earned.
Right.
And they just use that feeling of superiority as like a flag. Oh, MAGA gives me strength.
Right.
It doesn't give you shit.
Right.
You ain't shit with it. You ain't shit without it.
Absolutely.
Right? If you can't be independently have strength, then putting a MAGA banner on your back is not going to make you strong.
And just as a semi-educated government of any type, why would you even entertain that stupidity? Is that literally the worst? What do you think is going to come out of that?
Yeah, and
like you're a province in a country, and you want to become your own. How ridiculous? It's just so
and you're in the
absurd.
middle of the country.
It is so absurd.
But shout out to Wab Canoe, who's in Manitoba.
Right.
Dude, this guy's been on it, man. Like, I've seen him in some interviews and stuff. He's talking about, he's calling America the Epstein government and stuff like that. Like, he is on it. I'd love to see Wab be the next.
Every province had a
Prime
premier
Minister of
like that. I think Canada would be in.
It'd be great.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, the reason why I think it's important that we talk about it is because, like, I use social media to be a troll.
Yeah, I've seen
to a lot of racists.
And you're very good at it.
And it brings me joy.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan.
As it should.
I'm not a big fan of doom scrolling. I don't really care to absorb nonsense content. But when I'm scrolling and someone will say, "Oh, Carney is a Nazi pig," I'm like, "What?
Yeah.
Carney's a Nazi? What?"
That's what you got out of that?
And then the whole liberal parties are Nazis. Like, all of these labels and things get thrown around. And I think it's really disingenuous because people don't understand
Right.
what words mean. And they just use the words because it feels good.
You know what I love the best is when if someone of a different race or color does something negative, the first couple comments you see is, "Oh, we got to deport it back or her to their country."
Yeah.
Like, how do you know they're not Canadian? Like, I forget about the crime or whatever's happened. What's that? What's that? Okay, well, they got to go back. We got to deport. How do you know? Just because their name doesn't end in
And the
Johnson
thing, and
or
the,
Smith?
and the thing that we really have to reinforce is
That's crazy.
immigrants in North America are always a net benefit. Always.
Well said.
What they do is they add jobs,
Yes.
they create jobs, they work 2, 3, 4 jobs, they learn multiple languages, they buy property,
Yep.
they invest in the community, they build.
Right.
That's what they do.
Right.
Because you, as someone that's Canadian born, can't do the same thing. You can't negate their ability to produce. Now, I had something really interesting happen to me on the SkyTrain the other day. I was coming home with Filthy Phil.
Shout out to Filthy Phil.
We were coming home on the SkyTrain, and we're on the platform, and on the other side of the SkyTrain, this dude is getting off the SkyTrain.
Right.
And I use transit on a daily basis.
Right.
And I understand that a lot of people that have migrated here are coming from countries where they're used to navigating tens of thousands of people
Absolutely.
trying to get on
Absolutely.
their transit systems, whatever they are.
It's crazy.
Obviously, it's much better here. They don't have to have the same.
You're not jumping over people
Yeah.
for the most part.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more organized and whatnot.
But to change those habits of navigating tens of thousands of people
Right.
to now navigating 30 or 40 people, that mental change of I don't have to be in such a rush.
Right.
I don't have to run and chase and push. That takes a little while.
yeah, it's not going to happen overnight.
It doesn't happen
No,
overnight.
it's a force of habit.
Assimilation takes years.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this white guy's getting off, and then there was a rush of people obviously trying to get on. Nobody touched him. Nobody came near him.
Right.
But a big belly, standard, MAGA citizen. He gets off and he goes, "Get out of the way, you fucking animals."
Wow.
That's what he said.
So you had to add in the animals.
And that's the part that got me.
Get out of the way. You could have just stopped it right there and
Exactly.
still be just an asshole.
You can exercise your impatience
Right.
without being a piece of shit.
Right.
You could easily say, "Hey, relax, let me get off."
Yes.
You could have said 1,000,001 things. He chose to call them fucking animals. So I look at Phil,
Are we all animals? No.
and it's funny how you said that. So he calls them fucking animals, and then I guess him and Phil made eye contact, and in his mind, he assumed Phil was gonna agree with his point of view.
Of course.
So he walks over to where we're standing, and I'm just staring at his face. And then he goes to me, he's like, "They don't have to be like that." And I said, "Well, first of all, you don't have to be an asshole."
Nice.
And I'm looking at
Right.
Phil, and Phil's non-confrontational,
Right.
right?
Right.
And he's the whole time he's just like, just staring at me. And I'm like, "Listen, man, people are trying to get to where they need to get to. You don't have to be a piece of shit to them. You can talk to people nicely."
Right.
And he's like, and then he has the nerve to go, "Well, I know 1,000 people. They all think I'm nice." I'm like, "Okay, they all think you're nice, but we think you're a piece of shit."
I don't think he knows 1,000 people.
Exactly.
That's a cap.
Probably doesn't know anybody.
7 people.
But the fact that he said, "I'm a nice guy," I'm like, no. I said, "You're not a nice guy. You're actually an asshole." And I'm like, "I don't like bullies."
called them out.
I'm like, "I don't like bullies." And the fact that you call these people animals, I'm like, what if one of those dudes decided, you know what? Fuck this guy today.
Right.
Stopped and just punched you in the face.
Threw you on the fucking track.
What would have happened?
Yeah.
The thing is, a lot of people are used to using this kind of inflammatory language on social media.
Right.
Right?
Right.
They do their yelling, their ranting, their screaming on social media, and they don't get checked. So in person, they carry the same behavior until they get checked, and now they're like, "Oh,
Right.
you're gonna talk back to
What
me?"
am I going to do now? You can't
And-
hide behind the Twitter fingers.
And then the animal comment is
Yeah.
so funny how you say that. And then he goes, "Well, aren't we all animals?"
Oh, of course. Now
And then
he's
I said-
now he's back.
Exactly. And I said, no. I said, "No, motherfucker. You used it in a derogatory way
Right.
to make them feel like shit."
Right.
And I said, "I don't stand for that shit." I'm like, "Say it to me. Call me a fucking animal. See what happens."
Right.
And then he kind of tucked his tail and started walking back to the train and eventually left.
course.
But see, this is what I mean when
Real telephone
Well, and the
type
thing is, he tried to like recruit other people on the train to
course.
have his back.
Yeah.
Right? Like, "Don't you guys agree with me?" And I was like, and then I said to him, like, "I don't give a fuck how many of these cowards agree with you. You're still a piece of shit." And the only reason I call them cowards is because they were all standing around when he called them animals and none of them
Nobody
said
said
a word,
anything.
right?
And that's the problem with society.
all a bunch of passerbys.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, when you do it on social media, you have these rebuttals. Everyone thinks they're tough. Sure.
Right.
You never talk to the person again, no big deal.
Right.
But when you bring that energy in person, what you're doing is you're creating a
Absolutely.
feeling amongst people where now you're a bully or now people have to be scared of you.
Right.
I'm scared of none of you motherfuckers, man. If I see you on the street talking this shit, you're gonna get checked.
I think the society negated a lot of this stuff where when they see open-handed racism or violence of some sort, and they're just kind of like, oh, well,
Yeah.
That's the problem.
It's like a weird default panic
Because
moment.
they're just gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, and they're gonna keep doing it, and they're not gonna change their behavior. So it is like incumbent upon people that feel like they can handle these situations to say things. And if you don't say things, you're just as bad as the person saying the thing.
Right.
At some point, you gotta have integrity. You gotta stand for something. You know, my son's got Malcolm X tattooed on his forearm. Stand for something or fall for anything.
No.
And it's one of the realest things that you can say. Stand for something, yo.
Absolutely.
That's my rant on that.
I like it. And it's nice that you call them out real time. We need more of that. We definitely need more of that. Because more of that shit's happening on a daily. Like sometimes you go through Instagram just throughout the world and you see all these different, and you just get sick, man.
Yeah.
You just get infuriated because so much of it is happening.
Yeah. Well, I mean, shout out to the people that I feel like propel this kind of energy, right? Like, if I didn't go to clinch and learn how to, functionally fight and train in MMA and Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu, shout out to Sal from Clinch MMA. If I didn't do those things, I may not have had the same kind of ferocity.
Right.
I'd probably still check people, but I wouldn't do it with the I don't give a fuck mentality.
Right.
I would maybe be a little bit more cautious. But because I know that I can take care of myself.
It's giving you that extra confidence.
Yeah,
right?
like what are you going to do to me?
Yeah.
Sure, we're going to fight. Let's go.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, that kind of behavior cannot become normalized.
Absolutely.
So.
And in some parts of the world, it is.
It absolutely is.
Right. So. Anything else on the news front?
This guy. I don't want to give him too much play because he's a piece of shit, but there's this dude out here named Chud the Builder. White boy, wears a cowboy hat, got a goofy mustache, and his goal is to essentially walk the streets, find specifically black people, drop the N-word on them, create these incredibly uncomfortable situations, and if the black people try to do something to him, he'll either pepper spray them or he'll threaten to shoot them. So if you're a black person and you encounter this dude, you're gonna want to punch him in the face.
Absolutely.
But you're risking your life.
Right.
So it's so funny because a picture came out of Chud when he was a little bit younger, and he's wearing a fairy outfit. The wings, the sequins, the little goofy dress, all of it. And you know what
And his name is Chud the Bud?
Chud the Builder.
Chud the Builder. Chud, as like the horror movie Chud?
Yeah.
Is that where he's gotten that from? Because there was a horror movie Chud, right?
Yes. I call him
real
Chid,
creative.
He's more like Chid the Skid to me.
Right.
So he's got this picture where he's dressed up like a fairy,
Yeah.
and now I understand what it is.
Is it aggression?
He desperately wants to be the fruity fairy.
Ah.
Let your freak fairy flag fly.
Definitely.
Don't hide it.
More power to you.
You will be accepted for being the fruity fairy that you want to be. You don't have to mask it with all this violent aggression.
Nah.
Because what's going to happen is one of these Black Panther dudes are going to run up on you.
I can't wait for that.
And leave you hold up. And it's going to be just it's going to sound like a bunch of bubble wrap.
Yeah, I can't wait for
Pop,
that.
pop, 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 pop. And Chud will be no more.
So I'm assuming, because I did see the video, I didn't know anything about it, this individual prior, but I saw the video that's circulating. I think he's only doing it in places where he knows he can get away with it.
Yes.
He ain't doing it in Compton.
Nope.
He's doing it in Tennessee,
Mississippi.
right, where he knows,
where the law enforcement is going to be a little more accommodating to him.
and maybe his surrounding individuals who are they're probably going to not, or if anything, like you said, back him up.
Yeah. Back him up or ignore it. One or the other.
Let's do that in the 5 boroughs of New York and see what happens. Then you're a real tough guy.
Go to New York.
Yeah.
Go to the
Go
Bay.
to New Orleans.
Go to the Bay.
Go to the Bay.
See what happens.
Yeah, I love that. I'd love to see that.
Chud the Skid. So those were my pieces.
Sometimes these are the times that I really hate social media because people like this become famous for this kind of shit.
Stop making stupid people famous.
Please.
It's a really, really important one.
Please. Anything else on the list?
I mean, I think we have to talk about Iceman.
That's on my list. Oh, funny you say that.
So yeah, let's get into some Iceman.
Yeah, so Drake's long-awaited new album, Iceman, which has been now surfacing for almost 2 years now, give or take, since he first announced it, is finally getting a release date, or has a release date, May the 15th, which is next Friday.
Damn, it's coming fast.
And he's done a couple of publicity stunts. Obviously, that's Drake. That's what he does, and he's very good at it. You might not like it, or you might think it's stupid, but it works. He doesn't really need it, but I think he took a couple blows, man, with the whole Kendrick thing. So he knows he's got to come back with a bang.
He's got to come back. Yeah.
Now, I've heard a lot of I like Drake. I like OVO, and I've heard a lot of interesting things about the album. And this is not just for hype. Like people outside of the inner circle who've heard it, outsiders who've heard a lot of the album are saying that this is Drake. This is primetime Drake.
Okay.
A lot of the production is done by 40, who wasn't really present on the last couple albums. Not as much as the early albums.
And 40's his guy.
And 40's his guy. That's the Drake to the Eminem.
Right.
So I'm excited for the album. I think the rollout, what he's doing is slick. Every day he's doing something on Instagram. I think people are really excited about the album. I hope it's everything what people say. But it's time that we get another really big hip hop album, because you don't get a lot of those anymore, right? It's very few that you get a really big hip hop album from a big artist. You don't get a lot
commercially.
Yeah, we just had J. Cole, but that was a disappointment. And we've said that it wasn't a bad album, but from 4 or 5 years of building up to that, to that, not to the album per se, but he was talking about that album.
Yes.
So we all thought, oh, this is gonna be, and it was a letdown.
Yeah, I think if you're a fan of lyricism, a Cole album is never gonna be a letdown.
Sure.
But musically,
yeah,
there's no songs that I can. I mean, I can, but there's no songs that the general hip hop fans can be like, "Yo, Fell Off had that song."
That's what I mean.
It's not there.
And the songs that I really liked were not even they were samples, like the Mobb Deep sample.
Right? Who the fuck is you?
Yeah, right. Yeah, so and there was so much hype behind the album, and it didn't fall through. So I feel like Iceman, I hope, really matches up to its hype.
So I heard, Academics is always on Drake's nuts.
Yeah, that's his guy.
I fucking hate Academics.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of
Fat
Academics.
fuck.
I still don't understand how he became so, because he's got money. This guy.
I don't get it.
But I mean, I know he started off with Complex.
Yeah.
Joe Budden, they had that show together. I don't know if you ever saw that.
Yeah.
But I just don't
That's where
understand
Erykah Badu called him Jerry from Tom and Jerry. It was one of the greatest clips I've ever seen in my life.
That's right. But
it's like, you remind me of.
And then remember he had that awkward interview with the Migos. Remember at the BET Awards when they wanted to kill him?
Yeah.
And he was like, "What did you say?" And they're
like, and Joe Budden was ready.
Yeah.
Joe Budden wanted the smoke.
Yeah. I give Joe credit. He'll throw down.
Yeah, like I don't really care for Joe Budden.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
But he won't back down. That's what.
But he's got integrity.
He's got integrity.
Yeah. But so you're excited about Iceman?
Well, I mean, if you like Drake, you're gonna be excited.
For sure.
If you like his music, and like I said, it's been a minute since we've got an album, because he's done a couple of like duo albums. He did one with 21 Savage, right?
Oh, like whole albums.
Yeah, they released that at last. But as far as a solo album, it's been a minute.
So Who Kid just started his own podcast.
I heard. I haven't seen it, but I've heard.
Called Who's House.
And I like Who Kid.
Yeah, Who Kid's cool.
Who Kid's old school.
He was talking about Drake, and he was talking about how, pretty much exactly what you said, there hasn't been a mainstream album that people are excited about. And it's good for he said Drake's good for the business.
Oh, absolutely.
He's good for the business,
Absolutely.
he's good for the numbers, he's good for the streams, and that's all great. And again, hip hop's one of those things. Hip hop's never needed that.
No, that's true.
Hip hop almost as
that's true.
How do you even put this? Hip hop
wasn't based on commercial sales.
Yeah, but it was inevitable.
Yeah.
Hip hop is so good that it's inevitable to cross over. It's just that fucking good.
Right.
So hip hop is gonna have an audience whether or not they stream on Billboard's top 10, whether they make those lists or not. Hip hop is always gonna have an audience globally.
Right.
But the thing that's funny for me, so I've never really been. I think the last time I can say that I honestly was a Drake fan was
his first album, right?
His first album, and then the last song that I really liked was Marvin's Room.
Yeah, Marvin's Room was really good.
Right, like that song I really like. I like that kind of style. That the melodies that he uses really fly. That's kind of the last time I fucked with Drake.
And he's one of the few hip hop artists who can do that. Right?
Probably, yeah. Right.
Like, I'm not saying he's the best R&B singer, but he can hold his own.
He can sing well enough to make a hit song.
Right.
And that's really all that matters.
Right. True.
But I saw him So funny. So he did this ice stunt in New York, was it?
No, it was in Toronto.
Oh, in Toronto.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
and
big ice brick sculpture.
firefighters had to come and water it down and
Correct.
get rid of it and stuff.
Yeah, a couple
and
weeks
I see
ago.
this guy. He's what? He's probably in his late 30s.
Yeah, he's like 39. I'm gonna say 38 or 30.
Okay, so he's coming up on 40, and the thing that I think is always going to be a crutch for him is that he is like, he's like he wants to be forever young,
Facts.
right? Like he's a fuckboy forever. And there's there's really nothing wrong with that. But the thing is, for like hip hop heads,
Hey, we want to be young forever.
hey,
I still
that's
dress
wrong
like
with
I'm
being
in my
young.
20s.
But the thing
which
is,
is stupid.
I saw this clip of him. He was in the back of a truck. He's wearing like this powder blue mink.
Yeah.
And,
Sounds
like,
about right.
Powder blue jeans and powder blue shirt, and he had the braids done like Snoop Dogg.
Yep.
And I'm like, I almost 40, bro. And the only reason we can even contextualize this is because we now have 40-year-old rappers.
Right.
We have the Jay-Z's, we have the Nas's, we have other 40-year-old rappers.
Actually, they're in their 50s now.
Right? But we've seen them
But yeah,
grow.
right.
We've seen them adjust and we've seen them adapt. And they grew like men. Like LL Cool
I see what you're
J.
saying.
Like they're grown-ass men.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong.
And I think...
But listen, it's no different, and this is where this is gonna be the Kendrick Drake thing.
Always.
This is just like Kendrick at the Super Bowl, backwards hat,
Yep.
big baggy jeans,
Bell bottoms.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, so sure, but that's Kendrick. That's his swag. Like
Well, then that's Drake's swag.
it totally is. It
Right?
totally is. But the only problem is
Kendrick ain't dressing like a 40-year-old.
Kendrick
Not in
doesn't-
that moment.
I think it's so hard for me because like what Kendrick does is Kendrick doesn't see what's cool and try to do it. Kendrick disappears, and when he comes back, he reminds you what fly is.
Right.
He reminds you what that icon ego room filling feeling is.
Right.
Kendrick does that. I think Jay does that really well too. Just steal the ball. It feels like to me that Drake now is acting like a rapper. Like he's no longer a hip hop artist. He's always been a really good actor. Like I remember when he hosted the SNLs, he's always been really funny.
He's a funny guy.
He's a solid entertainer, I would say.
Yeah, he hosted the ESPYs one year, and he did a couple.
Yeah,
skits
oh yeah, I saw all
with
that
Will
stuff.
Ferrell and stuff.
Yeah, dude,
He's
I
a
think it's
funny
funny as
guy.
fuck. Yeah,
yeah.
But I think as a rapper, I think to me it looks like a dude acting like a rapper.
But I think. But I mean, he is a rapper
For sure.
and I think even Kendrick, J. Cole, they all go through phases.
Yeah.
Right? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Like you got Jay with the long dreads, right? You got J. Cole with the dress. Back in the days, he wasn't. Everybody has their phases.
You know what it feels like?
I think what you're saying is he's going backwards in his phase a little bit.
Yeah. You know what it feels like?
But-
It feels like when when Jay-Z dropped Takeover
Yeah.
and he goes up
2001.
on Deep and at the Summer Jam he puts Prodigy with the tutu
With the
and
ballet
shit.
stuff,
Yeah.
yeah.
And he was a kid, whatever.
Yeah.
But he made a dent in that Prodigy armor.
Sure.
Like Prodigy is, as someone that's a hip hop fan, like that happened to him.
Yeah.
He got Jay-Z violated it.
It was just like when Easy had the picture of Dre.
Exactly
With
the
the
sequins
lipstick.
and the stethoscope.
I
And
mean,
stuff.
that was-
dude. It was violating.
It was bad.
It doesn't. You
You can't get that image out of your
You
head.
forever have that scar.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I feel like what Kendrick did at the Super Bowl is
Yeah.
gonna be one of those things for non-Drake fans
Right.
that are never gonna be able to take Drake seriously again. Because he called him
Possibly.
a fucking pedophile at the Super Bowl.
Possibly. I mean, he did some damage to an artist who, let's face it, hate him or like him, he's one of the biggest globally.
And impervious.
Right.
Dude, he beefed with Pusha T. He
Yes.
beefed with Common. He beefed with Meek Mills.
Meek Mill.
Beefed with Rick Ross.
Yep.
He's had beef with like all of the top dogs.
A lot of people.
Right?
Absolutely.
So the fact that
Yeah.
he's came out unscathed
Yeah.
all of those times.
Yeah.
And then Kendrick just shows up with this fucking brick.
Kendrick was the Holyfield to Tyson. Right? Like Kendrick was the one guy
call.
who said, okay, you're,
You're not that
scary
guy."
to everybody else.
Yeah.
Not so much to me.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh shit. Now, it didn't end Tyson's career, but it made it different.
For sure.
And we're never going to forget that. He lost
Absolutely.
to Holyfield not once, but twice.
That's why you're the connoisseur.
So even if as a Drake, I don't want to say fan because I feel like,
Fans not
do you
a good
agree with
word.
me when you're at our age?
Yeah.
Fan seems weird.
Fan's
right?
not a good word.
Like, I don't even say fan to anybody. I feel like someone I like.
Yeah.
Or I appreciate.
Or support.
I can't say fan. I feel like I'm look at a little, you know what I mean?
Well,
Like a
because
teen.
fan, at the end of the
It
day,
seems
fan
weird.
is short for fanatic.
Right.
And
right.
I'm not a fanatic of anybody.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
There's something a little cult-like with the word fan.
100% is.
Right?
So what I say is I am a supporter of those
That's good.
artists.
Support is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't no fan shit over here. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. So yeah. No. Anyways, Elite's gonna get a lot of texts if this album's good because I'm gonna be like, yo, man.
I'm gonna listen to it. I think if we're gonna talk about hip hop, we
You
have to
I
listen
think
to
you
the
almost
music.
have to. Especially, like I said, it's almost been 2 years now since he's been talking about this album, and release dates have been changed and back and this and that. And I think a lot of people are saying it went through a lot of different phases because at one time it was supposed to be released, and then the Kendrick's thing happened, and he kind of stepped back and be like, okay,
Makes sense.
I gotta change this a bit,
Yeah.
which definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think he's trying to go a little bit harder because he got hit, and he's going to show people that, listen, I'm not a gangster rapper,
Yeah.
but I can rap
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's see, man.
Yeah.
And if it's a banger in just its entirety, he's back on top
gonna
again.
change the game again.
He's
Yeah.
back on top again. And then what's gonna happen is Kendrick's gonna see that, and he's gonna be like, all right. And then we're gonna see this, and it's gonna be good.
But
It's good for hip-hop.
let me be fair to J. Cole. I listened to the Fall Off initially, didn't really hit me. I kinda
Right.
like, okay, it's a good J. Cole album.
Right.
Went back, let's do it again a couple times. Like, it's actually a really good J. Cole album.
You like it?
And then I kept listening to it. I forced myself to go
Right.
back because J. Cole has earned way too much good cred in my books for me to judge
I get it.
an album off of a couple.
I love J. Cole too. I get it.
Right.
I get it.
So I really sat.
You can't
with it.
write the album off that quickly,
Can't.
right? I get
because
it.
you know he's great.
And you're trying to find something in there that maybe, because you know as well as I do, you can't dissect an album after the first
No,
two,
you
3
cannot.
listens.
You cannot.
You got to really listen to it.
gotta listen.
Sometimes even with the headphones and
Yeah.
really just understand it.
Yeah.
And even if it's not musically great, it might be, like you said, lyrically great or whatever the case is, right?
Lyrically, J. Cole, without a doubt, with this album, proves that his pen game, he is top 5 dead or alive.
Oh, absolutely.
With his pen game, he is one of the greatest, and not just bar writers.
Top 5, yeah, I wouldn't say
songwriters, dude. He writes.
You're talking about lyricists,
beautiful
top
songs.
5? Absolutely. And that's a huge thing to say because look who's come before him.
Yeah.
We're not talking about top 5 rappers, but lyricists.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because this guy's got he started like 09.
Catalog.
I think 09 was his first rollout, and it's
Got a
2026,
catalog of
and he
music.
still is on an elite level.
Yeah. Intricate songwriting. Do that album. I think if you sit with it a couple times, it'll grow on you, and it'll like really.
I think
It'll be a good. If this is his last album,
Yeah.
I think it's a solid way to cap a beautiful career in hip hop.
I think it just comes really easy to him.
It's so easy.
It seems like it just comes
easy
really
for him.
easy to him.
Yeah, like you hear the as an MC, I listen to J. Cole and I hear
Yeah.
the cadences and I hear
Right.
the patterns he uses, and it inspires me. Like, oh shit, you
I would
really
think
go into
so.
different places with this flows.
Yeah.
So every time I put a pen to paper, I'm like, how far can we push these cadences?
Right.
And that's the goal, is to just
J. Cole's dope.
shout out J. Cole.
Definitely.
100%.
Definitely.
Great fucking writer.
All right, so Iceman, May 15th.
Interesting.
Can't wait. What else? What else is on the scope?
What you got on that list?
So I got so we talked about Iceman. So there was a impromptu versus that happened yesterday. I don't know if you heard about it or saw it.
Yeah.
It was Rick Ross versus French Montana. Now, at one time, I really liked Rick Ross because I liked he came out in 06 with Hustlin', and I really liked Hustlin'. The beat was ridiculous, and I remember Jay was a big supporter. We wanted to sign him at one point.
Yeah.
Rick Ross had
And
a
Cat
moment.
Williams immortalized
right.
the song.
And Rick Ross had a moment. Like,
He did.
I mean, you can't deny.
Yeah. No,
he
he
had
did.
a moment.
He did.
And he can rap. Like, I mean, he's got lyrics. Like for a guy, he writes his own lyrics. That's what I've heard.
you think you're talking to?
Yeah. Well, that's yeah. But if you listen to some of the other stuff, it's not bad. Considering it's not too bad. I wouldn't say he's a top 5 lyricist, but he's not a mumble rapper either.
I love that we disagree on so many artists.
absolutely.
I think it's fodder for good conversation.
No, definitely. And he's had a lot of amazing collabs too with a lot of different people.
Every time I hear his voice, all I can think of is him in the fucking CO uniform.
Yeah, and you know what?
Stealing Rick Ross's name, man.
When that came out a couple years later, that left a kind of a bad taste in my mouth. Pause. And then I was like, he's a CEO. Like, how can you rap about gangsters? So that watered it down a little bit. And now I don't, like I said, if I listen to a Rick Ross song, it's probably going to be from 15, 20 years ago, almost now. Yeah. But nothing new. So for me, it's like, whatever.
And we talked about this on the Ross episode when we did his album.
Yeah.
The fact that the real OG Freeway Ricky Ross hit him up to like, let's shoot the shit.
That's right.
You're using my name, and
let's work it out.
And the CO said no and kind of like brushed him off. That shit to me is like, you're whack.
Absolutely.
You have no integrity.
Absolutely.
So if you have no integrity as a person, it's really hard for me to fuck with you on mic.
Yeah. It's true. And now with him and Drake, like,
what do you think about the verses?
So I didn't see. So I didn't see the whole thing. I didn't have enough time. I saw enough to kind of talk about it, and so French Montana. French Montana, I like more than I do like Rick Ross now because there's more authenticity from French compared to Rick Ross. In regards to what they're talking about.
If I was on Drink Champs and they asked me both or neither, it's a neither.
You'd say neither. I believe that. I believe that. Once again, French Montana's older stuff, especially with when he was with Bad Boy,
he's disdained by Diddy.
The more gangster stuff.
I don't know if you see this video.
Is the stuff
French Montana in a pool.
No.
And Diddy is behind him, just like holding him like this.
No, I can't.
Dude, French Montana has been violated by Diddy.
Yeah. Well, maybe even Rick Ross. We don't know.
Hey, man.
Parties. And it's funny, too, because a lot of people don't know that Rick Ross was going to sign French Montana to MMG. And then Diddy got involved, and there was kind of like a bidding thing. And of course, Diddy's going to win. But French... So if you were going to ask me now, the lesser of the two evils... Because I'm not, like I said, I liked Rick Ross's music. I'm not going to do that at one time. Not anymore. I think I have one song or two songs.
Dude, those beats are big. We were talking about the beats.
And it's more for the music than anything else.
He had some good production.
He had some great production. Yeah. There was a production group, I don't know if you've heard of, called The Runners from Florida, who did a lot of his early stuff. Anyways,
big bass shit, I love that.
Yeah, that and the bass drops. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And then French Montana early on had some great. French Montana's got a couple of songs that are like globally really big.
Yeah, sure.
Like, right?
Sure.
So, anyways, versus there was both of them actually have Drake features, but there's if you don't know Drake and Ross, there's been some beef. Ever since the Kendrick thing, I think, kind of took off. Nobody gives a shit because Ross is not
irrelevant.
Yeah, he's really irrelevant, and I think he's just using it to kind of be relevant. Drake hasn't even responded to it. I don't even think it's on his fucking radar. But who knows about this album? But anyways, there's a couple of songs that Ross and Drake have done, and there was one specifically Aston Martin music. I don't know if you've ever heard it. It's a pretty dope. It's a dope production. And in Versus yesterday. And when Drake's part came on, he said he didn't even play it. He just put the mic to the crowd and be like, if you want to sing, whatever, Lil Man, call him Lil Man. but Ross, I gotta tell you something, man. You got money, obviously. From what looks of it, you got a lot of money.
Wingstop, man.
Right? He's got a private, right? So he's done well. Good for him. But if you think you're gonna be like, you're not. First of all, you're not Kendrick. And secondly, when you saw I saw the comments on YouTube, everybody was like, "Bro, you're not Drake."
No.
And only reason a lot of those songs were hits was because of the feature. I mean, let's face it. The only reason. So now
I'm not a fan of either, and I completely agree. That's why.
Thank you.
It's whack shit.
And so, anyways, I saw a little bit of it. I mean, like I said, if you're not really, I like 2 or 3 songs of early French Montana, which I like. Same with Ross, but on the whole. It didn't really affect me nor bother me one way or the other. So I gotta watch it more carefully. But even saying that, it was kind of one of those things where you're like, it's kind of like watching the CBA. like during the NBA playoffs.
Right.
Right? It's like, oh, Birmingham versus, Cleveland. Great. Yeah, like nobody gives a
So
shit.
this is a complete aside, has nothing to do with this conversation. But I feel like there's just some songs that pop up during the week. Like when I'm traveling, a song that will come up in the playlist that
Right.
shuffles. And it just really reminds me how fucking amazing hip hop is.
Right.
And this week's song for me was Tribe Called Quest, Find My Way.
Dope.
Now
song.
you call my heart for the evening.
That's the video where they're on the beach, right?
Oh, dude, it's
They're
so
walking
good.
on the
And
beach.
yeah, they zoom in to the.
That was our
Dude.
club time. That was our club because they used to play that in the club, remember?
That is one of the most wonderful contributions
Yes.
to hip hop.
Yes.
The whole it just gives you the option to two-step. And
I think Hype Williams did that video too.
I think Hype did the video. Fife starts the track off.
That was one of their first. Well, they had a lot of, but that was one of their first
Crossover.
like club hits.
That was a crossover
Like
hit.
we heard that in the club.
Yeah.
Right? Because it had that vibe.
Q-Tip is
So
supremely-
smooth.
Q-Tip is criminally underrated.
That album was a really good album.
Dude, I don't think they have a bad album.
That
I don't think
specific
Tribe had a
album,
bad
I think it
album.
was like 98, 99.
Yeah.
That's the one that also had the song with Faith,
Oh, Stressed Out?
Stressed Out.
Yeah,
and then
it's
they
a
had
great
that
fucking song.
my favorite song on it. The one where they're going through the tunnel, was it like the water slide? It was a big hit. It was from that album. Anyway, it'll come to me. But yeah, that's such.
But
a
yeah,
good song.
just a random
Such
song.
A good song.
Just couldn't stop moving. I'm like, man, this is such a beautiful contribution to hip hop.
Yeah.
Every time I get that feeling, I'm gonna share a song.
Shout out to
Because
Tribe.
yeah, yo, Tribe super.
I still don't think they get enough credit
At all.
as a hip hop group and just as a band group in general.
It's disrespectful.
Right?
How little respect. For me, they're top 3 greatest groups of all time. Tribe Called Quest,
Ugh.
NWA,
That's my number one.
and
Wu-Tang would be my number two.
Outkast. Tribe, Outkast, and NWA would be my top
Oh,
3.
you wouldn't have Wu-Tang?
Wu-Tang would be my 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, but you know what? That's tough. That's
Yeah.
tough because Outkast.
Dude, Outkast is
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Outkast.
I think you know what I think a lot of people leave Wu-Tang off in the early like 1 to 3 is because the second album wasn't as impressive as the first album.
And it wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
It's just 36 Chambers is like
right.
like
Outkast
gold.
followed it up.
yeah, and got better.
If anything.
Like honestly, Aquemini, there was like the 3rd album, right?
That was the third album. And that was still pretty good.
And they were getting like better and better.
That
every
had
single
those
time.
apart, so that was still pretty dope.
Outkast.
And even with NWA, it got better.
Got better.
And even when they had one less member, it was still one of their
And their
best, if not their best
and
album.
Their best writer.
So, I mean, come on.
arguably their best writer.
Right?
You can argue Ren or Cube, but Cube carried bulk of the weight. But Cube
absolutely.
did the writing.
And Tribe too. I mean, every album, even the album they released, I want to say 2018 there.
Yeah.
We the People.
Yeah.
That had some bangers on it.
Kendrick was on the album.
It had some really good,
Yeah. But yeah, shout out to Tribe. Shout out to Q-Tip.
R.I.P. Fight.
R.I.P. Five Dog. Huge inspiration.
song. That's a
Me
good
too.
song.
Very good song. Yeah.
And then one last piece of news is, I don't know if you heard, well, you obviously know DJ Vlad.
Yeah.
If you know hip hop, you know DJ Vlad. This guy was, a lot of people will say, even if you don't like him, he was like kind of the pioneer of doing the video interviews.
Yeah.
On YouTube.
Yeah.
Before it kind of became a thing.
Yeah.
And that's facts.
And he got a lot of high profile people.
He actually did. He
A lot of
did.
high-profile
And he was
interviews.
the first one to actually pay people to do interviews
Yeah.
without, like he would say, I paid people to come on. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. But 2 of his guests, and I watch a lot of the Vlad hip hop stuff. I like it. Vlad's interesting because it's always about Vlad. Like I feel like if you've ever seen a Vlad interview, he's like, yeah, I got this, and I got that.
Yeah.
And he always he talks very urban. I want to say
He
urban.
really tries.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I find it a little, it's weird.
And you can't discount him not being
Well,
affected
and
by,
then that's
by
the,
culture,
and then
right?
and then I
He's
see
been
that
immersed.
because he was hip hop.
Yeah.
He was mixed DJ of the year in 2004.
But he fucking disrespected Farrakhan, and I won't stand for that shit.
Well, he did apologize.
But
But I get it. I get it.
He apologized with Willie D, right? On the Willie D podcast?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, no,
Correct.
fuck that. The thing is for me, I'm not a...
No, I agree.
The thing is
I
for me,
agree.
I'm not a Muslim, right? Like, I'm not a practicing Muslim, but Louis Farrakhan is, like, extremely impactful, not just for Muslim people, just for people of color across the world, right?
He's very powerful.
He stands hard, he doesn't give a fuck, he's extremely intelligent, supremely
Absolutely.
talented. He's like a orchestral,
Yeah.
a cello player or a violin
He's
player.
very well versed.
You know, like he created programs in the nation where they fish, they grow their own
Yeah.
food, they're self-sustaining. What he contributed to the world is,
Yeah, no,
is
you're not wrong.
incredible. So for someone like Vlad,
Yeah.
like bro,
That was a huge misstep.
cannot put Farrakhan in your mouth. You are not at that place
True.
where you have the ability to
True.
criticize an icon like that, right?
True.
So for me, which class?
Yeah, I get it. And like I said, it's the hip hop aspect of what I like.
Yes,
when he
for
talks
sure.
to people, because I'll listen to almost anybody if it's hip hop,
Yeah.
because that's what we are.
That's what we do.
And we like, because every interviewer is different. In a
For
sense,
sure,
right? They'll
for sure.
ask different questions,
Yeah.
and they might get different responses.
Yeah, yeah.
So, anyways, if you know Vlad and you watch him, or if, you're familiar with him, two of his biggest kind of repeating guests are Boozy and Aries Spears.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're funny.
Shout out Aries Spears, man.
Shout out-
One of the
shout out to both.
funniest people
Yeah.
in the game.
Yeah, Aries is another one who he didn't take. He had a lot of opportunities, but
Yeah.
he kind of
He fucked himself
and he says that now
all the time.
because he should have been way. I mean, he was in Jerry Maguire. A lot of
Yeah.
people don't realize that.
Yeah.
And from there, he had a lot of opportunities, and he said he thought he was so big
He just did.
that he was starting to ask for too much, and then it just fucked him right over. So, anyways, so when they're on. They get the highest kind of viewership.
Okay, but can I
on-
just
on
say,
Vlad.
Boozy is a fucking degenerate. He is a complete degenerate, and his behavior is ridiculous.
Well, that's Boozy.
100%. I guess you gotta take that, or you don't take that.
Right. I mean,
Um,
if he wasn't that, then he wouldn't be Boozy.
True that. That's
He would
why
just
they call him
be.
Boozy.
He would just be another Southern rapper.
Yeah.
Like he's a degenerate, and he's a lot of things because that's the brand,
But he's fucking stupidly successful.
and people love him.
People go to a show still in the South
Right,
area.
and even in the hip hop scope, like they're like, oh, I love Boozy
He's
when
like
because
revered.
Boozy's wild. He'll say anything, and he does really say a lot of shit. But so on Vlad's platform, these two individuals, they get the most views, and I can see why, because if you see their interviews, it's always entertaining, and it's that interaction that they have, Vlad and Aries. And
I've seen some
they
Aries
have-
clips on there.
Yeah, they
It's
have
funny.
this kind of back and forth,
Yeah.
which is impressive, and it's funny. So recently, both of them asked for more money in some negotiations, and Vlad looked at the numbers, and if anything, the numbers are kind of decreasing, so he didn't give it to them. So they decided to move on. So Boosie's got his own thing now, where he's got his own interview platform, and Aries just won't go anymore.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, and a lot of these podcasts, Drink Champs, Math Hoffa, shout out to all, they're all talking about this. Joe Budden, like, who's it ultimately worse for? Is it worse for the artist or worse for Vlad? And honestly, just from these two individuals and seeing how they've propelled from these interviews, not that they were nothing without Vlad, but I feel like sometimes these interview or these podcasts or whatever the case is, they make people who are not so relevant again,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
and
what's that?
and it's not always going to be on every type of podcast. It might just work on one specific podcast
Yeah.
because it's that back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they're hurting their own brand because there's a lot of work that's involved in doing these podcasts, and I feel like if Boozy thinks he can do it on his own and people are gonna watch, yeah, I'm sure there's gonna be some people,
Yeah.
but it's not the same.
No,
right?
you're gonna miss a big portion of the audience. And because like from what I've heard,
Yeah.
it's like $4,000 an episode.
Well, okay, so that
And
was,
that's not. I mean, that's a good chunk of money. You just sit there and just talk shit.
so Aries was getting $4,000 an episode, which is not bad.
Good amount of money.
And Boozy was getting about 20 grand an episode because Boozy's numbers are
Fucking
much
insane.
higher. And Boozy wanted 30, and Aries wanted more. And he didn't say specifically how much, but Vlad's like, nah, the numbers are not there anymore because during COVID, the numbers really propelled.
Everybody was
People
watching.
were at home.
Yeah.
Now the numbers are coming down, which is fine. But I mean, I feel like just personally, Boozy became a lot more famous when he was on Vlad because he just said these really outlandish things
Absolutely.
that triggered him to go on other
and
platforms.
just was viral constantly.
Right.
Yeah.
And Aries was always around, but ever since he did his impressions, he was kind of just there, but not there. And then all of a sudden, he's got a resurgence too, and he's big. And I'm not saying it's all because of Vlad,
Yeah.
but a lot to do of of the things that he said on Vlad, his interaction. Because he says some funny stuff like the British rap.
That's one of the funniest bits. Oh
but we never saw that anywhere else.
Yeah, true.
Like, and nobody would see that in your stand-up because that's not part of your stand-up.
Yeah.
This is just something
just
that you're saying.
Yeah.
It's organic.
Yeah.
So I feel like, Aries and Boozy, man, you might want to read. I mean, Vlad doesn't give a shit, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's a misstep on both of you guys' part, and I think you guys are gonna feel it.
I think with Aries, he's always been a working comic.
Absolutely.
It's not like he's ever been lacking for for the money on the road. I think what these podcasts do is they remind people that weren't gonna see Aries Spears that
exactly
he's still
right.
dope.
That's exactly.
And it kind of invigorates that bit of a fan base.
Absolutely.
But like you see Aries touring everywhere all the time. I think it's cool that these kind of artists have the space.
Yep.
But I think what's going to happen is the pushback against Vlad is going to be harsh. And I think people are going to stop coming around.
I don't know. I mean, that's I think what...
Because Aries is going to talk shit.
Oh, he's already doing it.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, numbers don't lie. And if Vlad's saying, if he's giving you the numbers and he's paying you, like who's going to watch Boozy interview himself? Because that's kind of what's happening, or he's got one of his kids doing it, older kids, and it's not the same.
No, of course not.
Right?
Vlad obviously is an interviewer.
Right.
There's a reason why he's never on camera.
And he's not the greatest interviewer, but he gets things out of people. Even if he rubs them the wrong way, he still gets controversial answers sometimes.
He asks questions like an asshole.
Thank you. Perfectly well said.
He talks to a lot of people like they're stupid.
He does.
Right?
Absolutely. He's arrogant.
And some people check him on it. Some people... And
Aries does. And that's why it's great... It's like Howard Cosell and Muhammad Ali. Anybody could interview Muhammad Ali, but him and Cosell had that thing.
Good comparison.
Right? They had that thing. And you break that up. Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, I've seen Aries on a lot of other podcasts. It's not as entertaining.
So, Aries is...
Same with Boozy. I'm sorry, it's not.
I think for me, every time I see Aries somewhere, I watch.
Yeah.
Because he's always going to say some shit. And he's honestly really talented.
He is.
He's super skilled. Like, honestly, he may not have a lot of impressions, but the quality
the ones
of
he
the
can
impressions,
do,
flawless.
And he always comes up with new ones.
James
like
Gandolfini
Tony
is
Soprano,
insane.
He's got a little bit of a Brock. It's not bad. Brock Obama. Like he can. He's got
a bag.
He just
got
he just did Jada Kiss.
Oh, he's got Jada.
That's pretty good, man.
Yeah.
And he's very hip hop. And he does bullshit in hip hop. And he's very, even like the West Coast stuff. Remember he called out Ice Cube?
Yeah.
And like nobody else would have said that.
He says, I don't like Ice Cube's music.
Right.
He's like, I like Ice Cube.
That's the thing. But you see how it got misconstrued and everybody's like, oh, you did.
I think that's whack though. Like, if you don't like Ice Cube's music, like, are you really a hip hop fan? Like, what Ice Cube is...
But isn't music subjective?
For sure. But
right.
Whatever.
Right.
But when you
like feel like there's some universally
when you're a hip hop
artist that should be like I agree.
And you look at the scope of hip hop, you got Nas on the East Coast, and I feel like that's what Cube is on the West Coast.
Right.
But Cube is like an architect.
Right.
So it's like whenever people diss his music, I'm like, there's no way there's not a Cube song that you don't like.
I remember Aries said one time, he goes, listen, man, he goes, there's nothing against the West Coast because I'm just East Coast. Yankees fit.
He really is.
Timberlands. That's it. That's all he wants. And you got to respect that on some level because he doesn't give a shit.
Sure. He's authentic.
He doesn't give a shit if you give a shit. Like, he doesn't care. Yeah. And there's something to be said about that.
Yeah,
so anyways, I thought, let's see how this whole thing plays out. I have a feeling one of the two or both will return to Vlad because I feel like they're going to, like if they still want that exposure, I'm not going to get it anymore.
I think what they should do is do an episode with each other. Aries go on Boozy's podcast. Boozy come on Aries' podcast.
That would be funny.
And just,
that'd be interesting.
Show some solidarity because
that'd be interesting.
Aries can get foul shit out of anybody.
Absolutely.
Right? Like some of the stuff that guy can do, man.
Absolutely.
One of the most talented.
But then you have people like Tony Ayo, who now has a podcast with Uncle Murda, that's doing good numbers.
Yeah.
And he gives full credit to Vlad.
Yeah.
He's like, Vlad made me famous, straight up. And he's not the only one. Aries in the past and Boozy have both said on the platform that Vlad has
But even Godfrey, the comic, used to
he used to go on Vlad.
Yeah, he used to go on
and then they had a falling out.
The Farrakhan thing.
That's what it was.
After that, Godfrey's like, no, because...
Yeah. And I get that.
Godfrey is pretty militant.
Yeah, I didn't know that until not recently, but the more I saw him,
Yeah, like
he does stand up.
He went to an HBCU.
Yeah.
He was very active.
He's a smart guy.
He saw Farrakhan do speeches and stuff. He would come to campus.
So it makes sense.
It's wild.
So yeah, there's definitely some offense to that.
Shout out to Godfrey.
So that's the news of the week. Fun fact Friday.
And
what do you got for us?
Dude, it's perfect. It's the perfect tie-in because what we're really talking about is an artist who represents so much more than just music.
Right.
And I think his impact on hip hop is undeniable.
Right.
So the Fun Fact Friday, what it does is weaves those two worlds together. And in 1987, Michael Jackson wanted to make a song called Crack Kills because the crack epidemic was popping up.
Really?
They wanted to get a hip hop group.
Crack Kills.
Crack Kills.
Wow.
And they wanted to get a hip hop group to work with Mike, and it was Run DMC. So Michael Jackson and Run DMC
I've never heard this before.
have a studio session. They all get to the studio. They lay down the track.
So it's gonna be like Mike Jack featuring Run DMC.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And they're in the studio and stuff. And Michael Jackson is saying that Run DMC and his entourage are too rowdy. It's not conducive to a good working environment. He'd rather not have them there.
Right.
So they're having this friction. And Run DMC is like, well, this dude's taking way too long to make the music.
Right.
So it's never going to get done. So there is a track out there somewhere right now featuring Michael Jackson and Run DMC called Crack Kills.
That's impressive.
That the only people that will ever hear it were the people that recorded the session that night. Michael's obviously no longer with us. And Run DMC would be the other people that would know.
So was it actually done?
It did end up getting done, but it never got released. So in someone's vault, this is called Crack Kills with Michael Jackson and
Do you
Run
know who it was
DMC.
produced by?
I don't.
I wonder if it was from the hip hop side or from
It was
Mike
from Mike's
Jackson.
side. It was from Mike's side.
Interesting.
Yeah, they really pushed for it. Because
that would probably be his first hip hop collaboration, right?
And the crazy part is, the part that I didn't even mention was the beat that they used. James Brown's Payback.
I don't know that music.
You
I'm
100%
sure I've heard
know it. You 100% know it. I just can't. I'll play it for you.
Right.
But they used the bass line from James Brown's Payback as a sample to create the track that these two artists are on.
Is it a good sample? Would it be a good sample?
Oh, it would be a phenomenal sample.
Wow.
Like when you hear it, you'd be like, oh yeah, I know that song.
Was this supposed to be on the Bad album?
No, it was just supposed to be a
Like
song.
a
one of
We
those-
Are the World kind of thing.
100%.
Like this. Interesting. I never knew that.
Yeah, so one day we'll hear it. We might hear that song.
This is
come
when
out.
Run DMC was really rowdy.
Poppin'.
Yeah.
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 And you know, Jam Master Jay was a street dude.
Yeah, he was.
Right? Like it's not
Absolutely.
like he was
Absolutely.
obviously Rev Run and DMC were
Jam
artists.
Master Jay, Queens, New York.
Yeah, but Jam Master Jay was
he
like
was affiliated with the guy who's in jail now. What's his name? Supreme.
Oh, okay.
The Supreme team. He was affiliated with all that.
Damn. So yeah, so you know,
That's a fucking fun fact,
right?
Yeah.
That's a great segment.
Yeah.
For those of y'all that don't
Yeah,
know,
it
we
is.
do a segment called Fun Fact Friday,
Yeah.
and what we do is we take a really obscure random fact,
Yes.
and try to surprise each other.
Yep.
And so far, we've had some pretty
We've
cool
had some
surprises.
very good ones.
But I think the best one so far is Baby in Powell River. I think that's still like the best Fun Fact Friday ever.
What the hell?
This makes no sense. But I'm gonna put a little sample in when you guys watch the episode so you can see it. So, and it leads us beautifully because it includes Michael Jackson into what we're gonna talk about tonight, and that is we're gonna start off with the Michael Jackson
Movie review.
featuring Michael's nephew Jafaar Jackson. Shout out to Jafaar Jackson, who I think is going to have a huge career moving forward in the world of entertainment and acting.
I 100% agree.
Because so we were talking about The Voice,
Yes.
and if it's hard for MJ to do that light voice all the time. Now, here's the thing for people.
Yes, we were talking. Yeah, we were talking. We were talking about Mike Jack's voice, and there's been rumors that his voice is a quite a bit deeper, but he put on this kind of voice because that was his brand, and then you had something more to add to that.
So here's the thing. I don't think he was, and this is gonna sound a little strange, but think about it from a perspective of being a man, right? He's a grown man.
Right.
In order for your voice to be that pulled back, you have to strip all of the masculinity off of you, like for what you know what is masculine. and make yourself extremely vulnerable to always talk like this. When I'm around you and I'm always talking like this,
Yeah.
it's gonna drive you fucking crazy. But he felt comfortable in that range.
Right.
We'll never feel comfortable in that range because it makes us so vulnerable.
No.
It makes us feel so soft.
That ain't happening.
And we cannot go there. Like as an actor, as an entertainer, I can go there.
Yeah.
Momentarily.
You can.
But I can't.
Because you're doing it for a purpose.
But I can't stay there.
Right. That's what I mean.
And Mike stayed there consistently.
Till the end.
Everywhere he was, did interviews for hours with Oprah and that Bashir dude.
Yeah.
Fuck Bashir, whack ass. But yeah, so
30 years.
Hours and
yeah.
all of this footage we have of MJ, and everybody knows him with that voice.
That's all they know.
So in order to capture that feeling within yourself, I think that makes Mike extremely brave as a man to move in the world like that. To always be vulnerable like that. He was always vulnerable.
Never looked
vulnerable.
at it.
He was always soft. He was always
Pause.
He was always welcoming of all the energy that was coming at him, right?
Yeah.
And I think to live in the world like that is really, really hard.
Or on the flip side, could we say he did that? Could we say he did that because he had to keep the tone of his voice like that for singing purposes? Because if you train your voice enough, you're gonna, because he had to sing in a certain type of a tone, right? He couldn't sing in a deep voice.
Well, I think because he was doing it since he was 6, he's not a drinker, he's not a smoker.
Right.
He has none of that.
No, he had no vices of that sort.
Like the thing, what is it called? Hold on, I gotta. One sec. The ability to sing like that, technical difficulties. Hold on one sec, guys. So if you're doing it from the age of 6,
yeah,
right, and you don't have any of those toxins or pollutants or anything invading your system,
right,
it's not hard for him to use his full voice all the time and still sing and still sound beautiful and still do all that. I think a lot of singers can do it. So I think to be able to live in that soft space makes him a one-of-a-kind person.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. But that would be like just imagine I don't know what he sounded like at home, but when you're out and about, imagine changing your voice. Like even for us, changing our voice just for a couple of minutes it's hard to keep it intact, and he kept it intact. I mean, if his voice was deeper, and I'm pretty sure it was, because people are saying around him saying that was deeper. That can't be easy to do.
Yeah,
even if you train yourself, it's your voice. Like it's, you know what I mean? Like
the weird thing is you're doing less sounding like that because you're pulling back a lot of your volume. Like you're living in a different.
Yeah.
In a breath, in a different breath, right?
True.
He obviously knows how to project his voice, but he also knows how to really minimize what he sounds like.
Yeah.
And then when you give him a microphone and he sings, it becomes this
force
of nature.
He was also a really disciplined guy.
Super
like remember with dancing, he wouldn't do it until it was right.
Yeah.
So I can imagine with that voice, he just kept at it and kept at it and kept at it. And
the wild thing is for me when I see which I think was a really great part of the movie was when it showed MJ beatboxing.
Right.
And this is one of the really wonderful tie-ins to hip hop that MJ has because he beatboxed all the time. He was constantly immersed in the feeling of.
Yes.
He was always doing shit like that.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So the fact that he's living in this space, his head is always thinking about music, always feeling music.
He was always immersed, yeah.
Yeah, and I think what Jafaar did in this movie to bring that to life was really one of the best performances I've seen in a minute. Because he captured the soft parts of MJ. Like I was like, what?
He did.
The essence is so clear, right? Sure, the physical makeup of his face wasn't perfect, sure.
But it never will.
It can't be. There's only one MJ.
No, and if you've seen some of the great musical biographies Hollywood has made, they're not always accurate. Like Jamie Foxx is pretty good.
One of the best.
But when you look at Walk the Line, I don't know if you've seen the Johnny Cash.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
Great movie.
Yeah.
But he didn't look exactly like Johnny Cash.
Not really.
Nor did he sing exactly. But he had the aura and the essence
Yes.
of it. And isn't that what you're kind of looking for at the end of the day, right?
Exactly what you want.
Right.
And that's what this felt like.
What were your expectations going into this?
I was hoping not to be disappointed. That was my biggest thing. I hope I'm not going to be disappointed.
That was mine too, because prior to the movie coming out, there was majority of the reviews were not great.
Some bad shit coming out.
They were saying it's not done right. They left out a lot of the meat of his career. The nephew's not great, and this, that, and the other. They had to reshoot it, rewrite it, this, that, and the other. But when we saw it, all of us as a family unit, we came out and we were just like, wow.
Yeah.
Like we all had different takes on it, but the overall thing was this was way better than what we thought it was going to be.
For sure.
And honestly, and now the reviews after it came out, are really positive.
And the money.
Jeez. It's
money
talks. It was made, they said after everything is said and done, it was made on about a 200 and a bit.
Which is a lot of money for a biopic. That's a $1 million budget. Money.
Yeah, when you really look at it, you go, where did all the money go? Because there's nobody really famous where it's a salary.
It wasn't the salary budget.
Nobody's getting $30 million to act in it.
It was definitely the sets because
it was absolutely the sets.
Yeah.
It was probably the
outfits and the licensing.
Right. A lot of that.
Yeah.
But I think we both had the same expectation going, oh, I hope it's not garbage. And we walked out going, wow, we could watch this again. No problem in the theater. And Jafaar Jackson, a guy who's never acted before.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't see a lot of actors nail it right off the get.
No.
Right? Like right off the bat. Yeah, sure, it was his uncle and whatnot, but it's not like he grew up all his life with his uncle.
Yeah, he wasn't living with him.
He's quite young. So he probably saw him for a couple of years.
A very little period of time.
Right?
Yeah.
I think he's 22, 23.
Yeah.
Right?
And MJ was living overseas for a long period of time too.
Right. So how much did he really, you know what I mean? But I think it helped being a part of the lineage.
Oh, you can see the DNA.
Because he
DNA
has
is
the looks.
It's just there.
Right. So shout out to Jafaar Jackson. I think even outside of, I just hope he doesn't get pigeonholed. And everybody will just know him as Michael, and he won't get out, because I think he could do really well in other.
I think he'll kill it.
Yeah.
I think he's got a big career ahead of him.
Absolutely.
I think the way he moved in the movie, and see, that's the wild part. Like the singing.
Yeah.
So perfect.
Right.
Like MJ's voice has a special kind of perfection to it.
Yes.
But he also has like this weird kind of speech impediment.
Right.
A little bit on sounds.
Yep.
So to be able to capture all those details and fucking sing the way he did, man.
So the
uncanny.
So some musical biographies, they'll have the actor or actress do the singing, or majority of it.
Yeah.
Some will do a little bit, and some will do none.
Yeah.
So when you look at Ray, he did quite a bit.
Fox. Yeah.
Joaquin did all of it with Reese Witherspoon. J-Lo didn't do anything for free, but the movie was good. But she didn't really sing.
Yeah.
So you get
the Freddie Mercury one.
Yeah, see, I haven't seen that movie, and then we're talking about it Rapture, and I want. It's on my to-do list. It's been a while now. Dude. I do want to watch it. I want to watch the Elton John one too as well.
Rami
Malek. Yeah.
Dude, that kid is.
He won an Oscar for Best Actor, so I mean, he must have been good.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Even if you're not, I mean, I like two Queen. I mean, I only know their hits, but I would. It's an interesting. Yeah, I want to watch it.
And the thing is, like, the music part is so interesting because these are songs that we don't just know.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we love these songs.
Right.
These songs are embedded in our DNA. Like,
absolutely.
We grew up listening to all of these songs, and to hear another voice on the song and not be, like, jarred by it.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is, like, there's a certain essence that people have. I think one of the kind of misses was Will Smith and Ali. Like, Ali is...
A lot of people said that.
Ali is so big.
Yeah.
And his personality is his charisma, his the way he shines on camera.
Right.
It's such a one of one. Anybody trying it is kind of like, but you're never gonna get close.
I think he definitely gave it his best effort. But you're right. You're never gonna.
There's something missing.
There's something missing.
Pop, same thing.
Yeah, see, the
nobody's
pop
done
one,
pop properly.
the look, the actual movie, All Eyes on Me,
Yeah.
looks wise,
Looks like
it was
like
a
him.
10 out of 10.
None of the essence.
But everything else was
None of the essence.
nah. So the Biggie movie was pretty good, but still not all there. There was aspects of it, looks wise, voice,
Yeah.
but then there's something that's just missing.
And that's where this is so different. Right? This is where Jafar is.
This is in a different class.
And the young kid too. Fuck, I wish
The
I
young
remembered
kid.
his name.
Yeah. The young kid's excellent. So the young kid is he does the Jackson 5 portion of Michael Jackson, which that's the movie that's how the movie starts off as from the Jackson 5 going into so it starts off from Jackson 5 creating Jackson 5 up until Bad. That's what the movie is primarily focused on. So the second part of the movie, which has been greenlit and should be coming out in the next couple of years, we hope, would be probably, I would assume, from Bad to I'm gonna say
Dangerous Tour.
maybe or to the end of his life. I don't know.
Possibly, yeah.
It's there's so many different things they could do with
Yeah.
it. But the movie ends off with Michael leaving the Jackson 5. Spoiler alert, I don't give a shit. Because if you haven't watched
Get
it by
out of
now,
here. You don't know
what
his
are we
story.
talking
Get
about?
out of
It's
here.
been almost 3
The
weeks.
fuck
now.
outta here.
Yeah, really. So that's pretty good. That's a pretty good mark.
Actually
So yeah,
inspired.
no kidding. So yeah, the movie. So we're gonna rate it out of 5 reels because the
That's a
movie's
good
not
one.
on DVD
That's a
yet.
good one.
So this is the first one. It got released April the 21st. We saw it on the first day. It's great. I feel like the audience we watched it was whack.
Whack.
Nobody. I don't even know if anybody even knew.
My
what
head was
going on.
bopping the whole time.
Yeah, we were. We're
People were dressed up.
Oh, were
Like,
they?
yeah, people came with like the
I
Thriller
didn't see
suits and the
it.
shiny
Oh,
jackets and
actually, I
shit
did
like
see
that.
it. Yeah, I did see
So
it.
people did come ready.
And we had the Thriller jackets real time back in the
Real
days.
time.
Yeah, we did. $443 million as of yesterday's
God
date.
damn.
And now we got another weekend coming up, so I'm gonna assume by Monday it's probably gonna be at $500,000.
That's unbelievable.
which is amazing.
Unbelievable. Huge success.
Yeah, huge success.
So the kid, Giuliano Valdi,
Right.
that
I saw
plays
that on
young
Wikipedia.
Michael Jackson. My goodness.
Excellent.
This kid shines on camera. It's just amazing to watch.
I think he's almost as good as Jafar.
I would say so. Because to capture young Michael, dude,
the
that's a
singing
bad
and the
motherfucker.
dancing.
Yeah.
Like talented kid, man.
Honestly,
Absolutely.
the notes that MJ can hit as a child
Yeah.
are just like soul shaking.
I think there's just people who are just gifted in life with different abilities, and some people it just comes so it feels like it came very easy to Michael.
And now
to
here's
sing that amazingly, like it just was like you know how sometimes people are just great piano
Yeah,
players
yeah.
and they don't need like you know what I mean. It's just whatever skill. There's certain people who are just blessed, man.
Mm-hmm. Some details I really loved were when he goes to Motown,
Right.
and they're getting him to sing, and he just can't stop moving. The music
Right.
is just inside him. He just
Right.
has to dance while he's singing.
Yes.
Beautiful little moments like that made me really happy because I'm like, that just makes sense.
Yeah.
When I see Michael Jackson do
Right.
anything, it just feels like that's who he is. Like the music is always inside of me all the time.
That was with him. Gordy was
Barry
producing
Gordy.
head honcho of Motown.
Shout out to Lorenz Tate, who played him fantastically.
Shout out. Lorenz Tate
OG.
is good in everything.
OG Lorenz Tate.
Yeah, he's been in a couple of TV shows I've watched recently.
Always hits.
and he's always good, man.
Always.
And the guy doesn't age.
Solid actor. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Looks like he's
So-
still in Dead Prez.
Really
Yeah.
does. So going into that, the cast: Jafar Jackson played
Mm-hmm.
Michael, Giuliano Valdi,
Mm-hmm.
which is an interesting name, plays a young Michael.
I think he's Puerto Rican.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Coleman Domingo. So do you know Coleman a little bit?
Yeah.
If you-
Coleman
if you-
Domingo.
I used to watch him from the very beginning on Fear the Walking Dead.
Exactly.
Right?
Dude, he was so good in that.
And he was so good.
He's
in
good in
that.
everything.
And he's a great actor.
Yeah.
So
Really,
he
this
plays
generation, one of the best.
he plays Joe Jackson, and honestly, if there was a best supporting actor nomination, he would get it.
Get the Oscar to this man.
I mean, he played. I mean, we know a little bit of Joe just by you see him, and he was kind of that. It's one of these things where you hate to love Joe Jackson because without his somewhat abuse or whatever you want to call it, there wouldn't have been any of that. So what do you do? Do you have him be a really great father and not have any of that and be like, well, he was a great father, but we don't see anything come out of it?
Yeah.
Or be this hard ass father, somewhat abusive, whatever, and we have this greatness. Like, it's so tough, right?
Yeah, well, and I think the problem is
And I'm not condoning the abuse of any of that, but it's just one of these things.
Michael still could have chosen music. It may not have been,
But he wouldn't have been Michael Jackson. I mean,
sure. What
if Joe hadn't set up the band,
he had to go
the
through
group,
those circumstances.
He would have been a bathroom singer. He would have sang in the shower, and he was at a talent show. Great, and that would have been that's all.
To get the version of MJ that we got, it had to be this way.
It had to be a disciplined version.
It had to be,
which was right from the get-go.
Yeah.
Like, Michael didn't just learn how to dance like that. That was discipline from a young age.
Yeah.
Do it 700 times.
Endless hours,
right?
endless hours of commitment. And the thing is, when I see anything about Michael Jackson when he's like just like dancing around rehearsals or whatever it is, I think this is a good example.
Yes, it is.
He is like, there are musicians, there are artists.
Mm-hmm.
Like, MJ is music. Like, he is the music.
Yeah, he embodies it.
Every part of him is the music. He
Yeah.
just cannot help it. It's just who he is.
Yeah.
And that's something that's really unique
and rare.
And extremely rare.
Yeah, you don't see that.
Prince, to me, is the epitome of what an artist is.
Right.
But
and a musician, right?
MJ is music.
He's music, yeah.
Head to toe is just a part of who he is, right?
Right. If Prince had the musical ability, Mike had the dancing, but more so, he just saw things. His vision was very different.
Yeah.
When it came to music, musically and visually, like even in his music videos, he always had a vision of some sort.
And the thing is, with Prince, he has a song called Musicology,
right?
Where he talks about the feeling of music, and Prince it's very technically brilliant,
right?
Prince, because he can play all those instruments, he can do all those really funky fun things. But he doesn't care if it's appealing to your ear.
Right.
He doesn't care.
Right.
He wants to feel.
As long as he likes music.
It. That's all that matters.
Right. Right. Which is not always universally accepted.
It rarely is.
Right.
Rarely is.
And that's why when there's this argument about who's better, Prince and Michael, I don't even know why there's an argument.
There should be
nothing against Prince, because Prince is great.
It's two different things.
But I mean,
two different things.
Yeah. What are we talking about?
To me, Prince is one of the greatest because of how brilliant of a musician he is.
Sure.
Right. But Michael Jackson can make songs that move the world.
It's not even a comparison.
Right? It's a different beast.
Yeah.
So Coleman Domingo, honestly,
Joe Jackson plays amazing.
Really killed it.
Absolutely.
So many points in the movie where I didn't even see Coleman anymore. It was just Joe Jackson.
He was so
great job.
Yeah, I mean, he embodied him. Jafar, might be his first movie, but you know what? I would not be mad if he got a nomination for Best Actor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because what's this thing about? You have to make 10 movies before you get. Come on, we've seen actors. Unfortunately, not of color, who have made their first or second, and actresses who made one movie or two, and they got the Oscars.
Yeah,
so come on, absolutely. Why can't we do that?
Yeah,
is it a great performance?
At the least, he should get a nod.
Absolutely,
he should at least get a nomination.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nia Long. Now Nia Long has been fine for a minute.
Nia Long has been great as an actress for a minute too.
I don't know where you first saw her, but I first saw her on Boys in the Hood.
Absolutely.
And then Friday.
Yes.
And then everything else
and
after
then
that.
Fresh Prince, and then it just blew up.
Waiting. No. What was that? There was one. Soul Food. She was so good at Soul Food, man. But
one of the most underappreciated actresses in the game.
And she's got a unique look to her.
Unique look.
She's just gorgeous.
She's got great presence on camera.
Absolutely.
She's got great emotional range. She
Beautiful
can do a lot of
smile.
different things.
Just a very well spoken. Just super talented.
Yeah. Shout out to Nia Long.
And another actress who gets overshadowed by a lot of bullshit.
Big time.
And I don't know what that is. Is that? I guess that's racism, right? Is that? And no offense against any specific race, but I feel like specifically black actors too, but actresses, they don't get that love like the Caucasian counterparts do.
I just think that they have to do way more to get it. Like Angela Bassett is one of the greatest actresses,
and still hasn't won.
Period. Right?
Absolutely.
The roles that she's done, from Betty Shabazz to Tina Turner,
Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood. She's done some phenomenal work. Like one of the best.
Yeah.
And it's weird that people wouldn't put her in the same conversation as Meryl Streep.
I know.
To me, Meryl Streep's not as accomplished. Hasn't moved me as
Meryl
much.
Streep's a great actress.
But hasn't moved me like Angela Bassett moved me.
Is she better than Angela Bassett? No, I don't think so.
That's crazy.
No.
I think Angela Bassett might be one of the greatest.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she needs to be in that top tier for sure.
Miles Teller plays John Branco.
Yeah, solid.
Do you like Miles Teller?
I do, yeah. He's a solid actor.
He's a good actor. And he was really good in this.
Yeah, he's a talented dude.
a guy by the name of Kalen Durrell Jones plays Bill Bray, Michael's bodyguard, who I actually didn't know that they had.
I didn't know that
first of all,
either.
I didn't know he had a bodyguard that was so prolific in his upbringing.
Because he was kind of like his dad.
From the Jackson 5 time up until, I think up until he passed, maybe?
Pretty much.
I don't know. I don't know. But he was there till bad. Anyways.
Yes.
And that, I've seen that actor before. I've seen him in something, I'm pretty sure. But anyways, I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive I've seen him in something. But he was great.
Yeah, he was really good.
And I didn't even know this until our silent partner told us that Mike Myers played.
That's crazy.
Played the president of CB. I had no idea that was him until after.
I had no idea.
Yeah,
Mike Myers.
I mean, the prosthetic game was
so
crazy.
sophisticated, and he's so.
He's done this a couple of times.
Really has. Tropic Thunder too, right?
No, yeah,
no, that's
but there was another music biography that he played. I forget what movie. I didn't catch.
But
it.
he's so seamless. Like
Mickey Myers, man.
He makes his impact on the scene.
Yeah,
you literally don't even know he's there.
You don't.
And when you watch the movie and you see the scenes, a couple of scenes that he's in.
He did great.
You won't find him.
Yeah, what a interesting choice.
Great cameo.
And it's not like he needs to do it, but he does it and he does it well.
Yeah.
Kendrick Sampson plays Quincy Jones. I thought he did a great job.
Yeah, another really good actor.
Lorenz Tate, like we're talking about, plays Barry Gordy, and Dion Cole.
Dion
motherfucking Cole.
Hell yeah!
If you've seen Blackish, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's where he kind of started out as far as mainstream is concerned. Stand-up comic, but he got his claim to fame in Blackish.
He used to write for Conan.
See, I didn't. Oh no, I did know that.
Conan.
I did know that.
Yeah.
I did know
He used
that.
to do skits.
I did know that.
Yeah.
Yes. And this guy. And if you see those Old Spice commercials.
Oh yeah,
he's
for sure.
For sure. But this guy is so funny and witty. He's hosted a couple of not BT awards, but I want to say Soul Train awards or Black Essence, and he's just so funny. He does this one skit where he goes, "Pray, we gotta pray for Kanye West," and then he'll say a bunch, and then we gotta pray for Nicki, and then he does this, and he's just he can be insulting in a very classy way.
And he's got this bit where he'll tell a joke, and then people will laugh, and then he'll put out a little notebook, and he'll act like he's taking notes.
Right.
But
that's funny.
It's so good.
And he doesn't, and he's not really like he doesn't cuss a lot.
Yeah.
And he's not derogatory.
He's got really solid material.
But he's just funny.
He's a very good writer.
So shout out to Dion Cole for that. So those were kind of the cameos and
the way Dion Cole gets in the scene, I didn't know it was him.
I had no idea.
Until I saw him smile and you see the gap, like, I know who that is.
Yeah.
Great job, man. Great job.
And who knew that Don King was instrumental in promoting?
No fucking idea.
So the movie actually does educate. Even if you're the biggest Michael Jackson fan, you're gonna walk away going, "I didn't know."
It's revealing,
which is great because that's what it should be doing, right? So there is a sequel supposed to be coming out in the next couple of years. Hopefully, it'll come out. But yeah, overall, out of 5 reels. So I thought about this a lot because it's easy to say, well, the movie was great, I'm going to give it 5, but then you got to really go, okay, well, you got to be subjective too. You can't let the fandom get in your head. So I'm going to say overall, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. And I could have said 5, but I feel like, I mean, it wasn't perfect, no, but it was pretty good. And it was a lot better than I thought it would be. Why did I give it a 4 and not a 5? I don't know. It's hard to say. I think maybe the story, there's some things that were kind of skipped, and you can't put everything in a 2-hour movie. I get that, but maybe that's some of my reasoning. But nonetheless, I think I give it a solid 4 out of 5.
And it's
4 reels out of 5.
It's a good call because there's certain notable absences that are so crucial for MJ's story. They just have to be there.
Right.
Like Diana Ross has to be
That's a good one.
a part of the MJ story.
And I think a lot of people have been saying
and if you don't have her as part of the story, you're missing a massive part of why he is the way he is.
True.
Right? Like She's Out of My Life.
Yeah.
Dirty Diana.
Good point.
These songs are really, really relevant to not just him personally, but to his catalog. And really inspired a lot of who he was as an artist.
And that was his first kind of mainstream romantic relationship.
Yeah.
Which is important.
Yeah, very important.
Because that kind of sculpted the rest of his relationship.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Because she was 20 years older than him right, at the time.
And she was seasoned. She was a superstar already.
Right.
So the Supremes had come and gone. She was doing her thing. And the whole Diana Ross Wiz Quincy Jones connection, you just can't miss stuff like that.
Right.
And again, like you said, you can't put it all in 2 hours. I know there's a lot of footage that they do have that they couldn't put because they had to cut some stuff out for legal reasons and all that other
bullshit. Lawsuits and all that stuff going on.
And then without Janet. Right, like that part really sucked.
That's tough
because they were really close.
They were,
and to not
they were the two youngest from the family.
Yeah, and they did a lot of work together as kids on the come up. So not to have Janet there was kind of like,
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
And that's what moved me to a 4, because
you got this. Look at that.
Because the rest of the movie, personally, I thought it was spectacular,
flawless,
really
almost
well done,
flawless.
front to back.
Yep.
But there's just parts of his life you have to have.
You have to have, yeah.
And you don't have to. Okay, sure, legally I get it, but there are ways you can show things that are important without actually showing them. Right?
Absolutely.
Like he can be looking at a picture. There could be something.
Absolutely.
But to just miss it completely is kind of like.
Yeah.
So 4 reels for me.
There you go. So if you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend to watch it. And if you don't have a proper home theater at home, and you're waiting for it to come out, go watch it in the theaters, because this is a movie that you need to screen. Like we saw it in IMAX, which is the best way to watch it.
Yeah,
but
because it feels like a concert. We've never seen MJ live.
Absolutely,
so it feels like an MJ concert.
Yeah. So shout outs to the movie, man. Shout outs to the cast, and fingers crossed that they make another part. Or a part 2 of it.
And I hope they keep making money. Rack that shit up, get to $1 billion.
Absolutely.
And it's beautiful because what it's done, it's propelled all of MJ's music.
Yes, it has.
Back up to all the charts. And MJ's music has now been top 10 charting for 6 decades.
Amazing.
6 decades this man has been in the top 10.
Amazing.
Phenomenal. I think he would be really proud to know.
Oh, absolutely. Like and it's unfortunate that he didn't see it while he was alive, especially at the end.
Yeah, the last 3 or 4 years of his life was not fair.
But if you look at some of the biggest artists, Elvis, Frank Sinatra, the Beatles, it's always the older generation that's still keeping them alive.
Right.
But not so much the younger.
Yeah.
But with Michael, you see 6-year-olds. I know friends who have their kids who are dancing to Michael Jackson now.
It's wild.
Like, that's a different type of popularity.
Because
and to say he's one of the greatest, I think we can clearly say he is the greatest musician of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think anybody can beat it. And I like
it's
Elvis,
unequivocal.
But
the greatest musical artist of all time.
I don't think there's anybody else.
It has to be Michael Jackson.
I mean, you would be crazy to say otherwise.
The relevance is insane. Absolutely. The fact that these songs are 40 plus years old and kids of this generation are like, that's my favorite song is unheard of. Unheard of.
I mean, what 10-year-old is listening to the Beatles and saying, "Oh, that's great," and I love the Beatles, but like it's different.
It's not.
It's different. But when it comes to Michael, he's still fresh.
It's unreal.
It's great.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna do a 5-album review, and obviously we're not visiting the early stuff because it's kind of not. It's not when Michael became his own solo artist. So I'm titling it "A History Revisited."
Nice.
MJ. His connection to let's start with his connection to hip hop because that ties into what we talk about.
Very important.
It runs a lot deeper than people think. It does, right? Because when you think of Michael Jackson, you think of hip hop. But I mean, he worked with Heavy D. He worked with Biggie. Jay-Z brought him out at Summer Jam, which was iconic. His music has been sampled through and through. He openly said that he loved the culture. He loved hip hop. He loved. There was a bunch of different songs that he really resonated with. And I think when it comes to hip hop, people, even like the most gangster rapper, will say, "Oh, they give Mike a pass. They'll listen to Mike."
They're influenced
because
by Mike,
right? Because there's something about it. And then in the movie too, they have the Beat It video and how that tied in with the Bloods and Crips.
Yeah.
Because Mike wanted to kind of squash that whole beef, and he was always trying to get into that.
Dude is fearless.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy to get and both leaders of the gang at the time
cool.
came to the videos.
They're cool.
And they were like
Michael Jackson.
starstruck. And these are the guys who kill for a living at times, unfortunately. And they were starstruck.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's something to be said. Right?
That's a big part of the kind of the aura that gets created around it, and it's wild because people always talk about Taylor Swift, Beyonce, whatever. Sure, they're big for this era.
Sure.
But they're big because they have social media. If Michael Jackson had social media, he would be on every single screen on Earth. On Earth.
He'd be everywhere.
Period. I remember when he was first starting to do the We Are the World and go to Africa and put water wells and stuff in.
Right.
They would go to tribes that didn't have technology.
And they knew who he was.
How's
that possible?
There was no internet. Maybe a VHS, randomly a VHS.
Right.
But every corner of the globe knows what Michael Jackson is.
And that's a different level of popularity.
Different level of fame. People passing out at the concerts. People having to be carried to stretchers, ambulances, all that stuff. That stuff doesn't happen and will never happen again.
No. There's never going to be another Michael Jackson.
There's not. No. And I think the way he starts off his solo career. So, interestingly enough, MJ has 11 albums. 11 solo albums. His first 4 of them were all with Motown, and they're all kind of like kid-ish albums. He was becoming a teenager. He was growing up.
Right.
And they just didn't know how to write for what he was going to become. I think
this is like from 70, and this is roughly from 72 till about 76.
Yeah, around that period.
So he was still part of Jackson 5, kind of growing from a young kid to a teenager in that mode. Mm-hmm. I didn't even know all that prior to doing I knew about the Jackson 5 albums. I never knew he had a solo career prior to Off the Wall.
Yeah.
But once again, it's interesting that's why we do this. We learn things. So,
And he did a lot of covers. A lot of stuff that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
For that time, it's cool to have like the biggest kid star on the planet doing all these grown-up songs. So he had those albums, but coming to his first actual album.
Right.
Off the Wall,
which I never had because I got into my first album that I had of Michael was Thriller, but Elite bought me Off the Wall last year,
right?
And I have it in the man cave,
the vinyl.
So that sits in the man cave. Yeah. But that was his first entry into being a solo artist at a age.
Where he had control of the music.
Where he had control over it, right?
Yeah. 1979.
It came out. It came out, I think, 2 months before we were born.
Damn.
Yeah, because we're both 79, and if I'm correct, the album came out.
It sounds so weird to say it's 79.
It really does.
Oh my god. Damn.
I know. Trust me. Yeah.
A weird number.
It came out August 10th, 1979. So basically 2 months before we were created.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So interesting.
Yeah.
First solo album. So as a kid, I can't say I knew any of this album. Because I did it. Did you know any of this album?
Don't Stop Till You Get Enough.
Right.
For sure. And Rock With You.
Okay.
Would have been the only two.
Right.
Yeah.
See, I remember, I know those songs, but it came in my teenage years. It never came early. Early was Thriller, Bad, you know what I mean?
I just remember Rock With You being on whatever music channel we had.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, did you ever do a deep dive into the album after as you aged?
Many times.
Yeah.
Many times. Yeah.
And what did you think as the album for his first solo album in that sense? Like, what did you think it was a solid performance?
Oh, I think it's comparable to his best albums.
Oh, really?
Oh, for sure. I think it is one of his best albums. I always try to, I always compare it to Thriller.
Interesting.
Song for song, it might be just as good.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's got a total of 10 tracks. Don't Stop Till You Get Enough, Rock With You, Working Day and Night, Get on the Floor, Off the Wall, Girlfriend, She's Out of My Life, I Can't Help It. It's The Falling in Love and Burn the Disco Out.
Yeah.
So I listened to it this week. I think for a first solo album, it's solid. Now, his first 2 albums, this one was produced by
Quincy.
This one was Quincy, correct. This is when the Quincy era started.
Yep.
And then Quincy did the first 3, right?
Yep.
And then after Bad became Teddy Riley and a mixture of
Dark Child.
And then he got more involved too as well.
Yeah.
So Quincy, I think it's funny because as big as Quincy was, I think Michael made Quincy more famous.
I think Michael made Quincy
or more of a household name.
mainstream famous,
right?
Because Quincy was doing Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, he was always doing
everywhere.
Well. Yeah.
He was conducting symphonies and stuff. So Quincy is like ahead of the game, but he wasn't like you said, he wasn't a household name.
Right.
MJ took all that musical brilliance and found a way to make it into a pop.
I think he made him more cooler.
Oh, for sure.
To the younger generation.
Yeah.
Right? Who were like, oh, Quincy Jones, that's my parents. Like he does my parents. Because Quincy was, even in the a movie, they show Quincy's crib, and he's living large. in the 70s.
He was huge.
So obviously he was already doing extremely well.
He was very successful.
But yeah, I think Michael.
That's why the label.
They both just worked out.
In the scene, when the label, they're talking about putting the album together, like Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones, are like. Right away, their face is like Quincy Jones.
Yeah,
because he already had that cachet.
Right. So I like the album. I like Rock With You. Obviously, Don't Stop Till You Get It Out.
Mm-hmm.
She's Out of My Life isn't bad. The other songs, for me personally, they're okay, but I don't know if I would repeat them. That's just my take on it. I'm not as a big fan. I am a big fan, but not as as big as you are. My favorite song of the album was is Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. That's my favorite track. I would give the album out of 5 CDs, I would rate it a 3.
Okay.
Which could be harsh, and I'm sorry, but it's just.
So there's only 3 songs I don't like on this album.
Okay.
I don't like It's the Falling in Love. I don't like Burn This Disco Out. And I don't like Girlfriend.
Right.
Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. Come on.
Yeah.
Song is phenomenal. Rock With You, again, timeless party track. You can play it anywhere. It works. Working Day and Night, another one really, really incredibly written song. Get on the Floor is a good party track. Off the Wall is a good part. Off the Wall is the first version of Thriller. If you listen to the lyrics, Off the Wall is his first attempt at Thriller.
No.
It's got a horror twist to it.
I didn't think about it when I was listening to it.
Girlfriend with Paul McCartney's whack. I don't know why they work together. Every song they make together, I don't like Say 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 either.
I don't like it either. That whole
and the other song, they have a third song. Say Say Say, Girlfriend, the other song.
There's one more.
She's Mine.
Yeah.
I don't like any of them. Yeah. I don't know why they work together.
That was weird.
I love She's Out of My Life, and the reason I love it is because it's one of the few songs where MJ flexes vocals over a really minimalist beat.
Right.
There's very little beat. Like, it's just his voice. You've heard Ben?
Yes.
Ben is like this because it's super simplistic.
Like it. Yeah.
The beats are super simplistic, and I like just hearing MJ's voice.
Okay.
So that's why I really like She's Out of My Life. I Can't Help It is one of my favorite MJ songs.
Oh, wow.
And not a commonly known fact, but people know. It's written by Stevie Wonder.
I did not know that. But he wrote a couple of his songs. Right?
Only this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
So they're actually cousins, Stevie Wonder and MJ.
I remember Janet Jackson said that.
Yeah.
In an interview.
So they spend a lot of time in studios together. So Stevie was playing the song for MJ. MJ loved it. And it's funny because Stevie Wonder says, I wrote the song, but nobody can sing it like Michael Jackson, which I think is a beautiful compliment.
That's a huge compliment.
I love I Can't Help It. Great song. It's Falling in Love is super boring. Burn This Disco Out. I guess for its time was a banger.
Right.
In that era, but it doesn't translate now.
Fair enough.
So this one's a 4 for me.
Nice.
I really love this album.
Nice. Okay, so that was 79.
Damn.
Now we're going to November 29th, 1982. So we'd be 3 years old. And this is an album, some of you might know, it's a little small album called Thriller that only just sold 7 billion copies. His 6th studio album, but 2nd album in his real, let's call it his actual real solo career.
For sure.
Now this is when Michael Jackson for me became like whoa. So once again 9 tracks, so not a lot of tracks.
Smart.
Which is really good.
Quality over quantity.
Quality over quantity.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I think if a lot of artists followed that trade now,
it'd be so much
I think you'd hear some better songs.
There'd be much more appreciation for the album.
Yeah, I feel like people are forced or they want to put 15 songs. 16
Don't
tracks.
do it.
Why?
Don't
you
do
don't
it.
need to.
Chris Brown's new album has 27 songs.
Is it really?
27 songs. Why do I want to hear
20? Yeah, see,
Nonsense.
that's insane.
Nonsense.
That's insane. You're just saturating it.
Yeah.
So the highlight songs from this album. Wanna Be Starting Something, Baby Be Mine, The Girl Is Mine, Thriller, Beat It, Billie Jean, Human Nature, PYT, Pretty Young Thing, quote unquote, and The Lady in My Life. Now this album, Billie Jean. I tell you something. I mean, I don't know how many times I've heard Billie Jean in my life, and it still sounds great, right? Like it just still has that
bass line
magic.
Hits anywhere you are, and that
really,
bass line hits,
really does.
you know exactly what's gonna happen.
Human Nature.
Oh,
I mean, I was listening to it just yesterday, and it's another one. It's just
might be one of the most beautiful songs ever written.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't agree more.
Arguably for me, MJ's best song.
Yeah, and that's a tough one for me because it's
the thing that people
I almost want to say that, but then there's something
like,
about Billie Jean.
the thing that people have to understand about, like, there's pop singers that sing pop songs, and there's the way Michael Jackson sings songs. In Human Nature, when he does because it's essentially a pop song.
Sure,
right?
Sure, yeah.
But the R&B tones that he uses in his songs make the song so much more, like,
it's true,
impactful. Like, looking out.
Yeah.
Like every part of his voice makes you want to move a little bit. There's something really special about that. The way he carries cadence.
It's true.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, this is the album that put him on the map for me as a kid. So Beat It, I never liked Beat It. It is catchy, but I never liked it.
Yeah.
But I know it's catchy. And Thriller too, I didn't care for Thriller. I know that's crazy to some people.
You mean the song?
The song.
Yeah.
Yeah, the song, it was okay, but I can see obviously the
why it's so
yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's the video the video is crazy amazing. Want to Be Starting Something, I really started appreciating that later in life. But I mean Thriller, so this was his best-selling album.
It is the best,
and I think it's the best-selling album
of all time.
Yeah, and
what a claim!
I had the vinyl for this back in the days. I gave it away, but I did have it. But I mean, we both had the Thriller jackets, the red with the V with the black stripes. I mean, this is when he kind of became a phenomenon, in my opinion. This took him to that. He was everywhere.
There will never be another artist in the history of music that will make you dress like him. Okay, there's one thing to be influenced by an artist's style.
Yes.
Right? Like, you can dress in the area,
sure,
vicinity, but to wear his clothes.
Yeah.
There will never be another artist that will make people wear it. Every kid in the 80s had a version of the red jacket, whatever they could afford.
Yeah.
It was impossible to avoid.
It's true.
Impossible to
the
avoid.
penny loafers, the white socks, the gloves. You just wanted any portion of him, part of him, you wanted to be
some part of it.
He was that cool. He was just a cool guy.
Yeah.
So overall, I'm gonna say this is my favorite Michael Jackson album, and I give it a 4 out of 5.
One of the greatest albums of all time, in my opinion.
Yes.
I think there are 2 songs that I don't like. I don't like The Girl Is Mine, and I don't like Beat It either. I've never been a fan of Beat It. Is it musically? I'm not a rock fan. Even though MJ's voice is obviously incredible on the song.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It doesn't do it for me. Want to Be Starting Something. Oof. This song, man.
Impressive.
Again, anywhere you play it for me, this is a song that'll get me on the dance floor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Without a doubt.
Absolutely.
This is where you kind of, at least for me, was really noticeable is all the ad-libs.
Yes.
That MJ does.
Yeah.
So many ad-libs, so many ways of using his ad-libs is beautiful.
Yeah.
Baby Be Mine, unbelievable song. This is like, it's weird to say I wanted more R&B from MJ.
Right.
Because to me, all of his music is R&B-ish.
It is.
You can call it pop, but like Man in the Mirror to me feels like an R&B song.
I think when they call him the king of pop,
it's because he's so fucking good.
Right, and I think when they say pop, they don't necessarily mean the music. I think it's because he's popular.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think there's a little difference there, right?
He can't help it but be popular.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Girl Is Mine. I don't like Paul McCartney's voice.
He had
Say what you want, but
I think because he was a huge fan of the Beatles.
Huge.
So I think he wanted to make it work.
yeah,
But
yeah.
it just never worked.
Like I think the ending of the song, "The Girl Is Mine," where they're going, no, she's mine. They're kind of battling back and forth with "The Girl Is Mine." I think that's kind of cool,
Right.
Because they're both legends,
Right.
So that's kind of cool.
But it's just it just never meshed. Their collabs just never worked.
I love Thriller.
Yeah.
The song is amazing. I really, really enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think it's cool because obviously the Vincent Price connection, the horror connection.
Yes.
I'm obsessed with that.
Yeah.
But the flow MJ uses in Thriller, it goes to midnight.
Yeah.
Something evil that looking from the dark. Like there's something so fly about every cadence he uses. I love it. Fuck Billie Jean. What do you say about Billie Jean?
It's a perfect song.
It's unanimously considered one of the greatest songs of all
It's
time,
literally a perfect
right?
song.
Like, across the board. Human Nature to me, flawless,
Yes.
beautiful.
Facts.
Always moves me when he hits that falsetto. It's just magic. Pretty Young Thing. Underrated, underappreciated song. Brilliant pop music.
Yes.
Brilliant funk feelings.
Yep.
The swagger that he uses in the song. Like from a singer's point of view, the fact that he so often goes from a really heavy rock voice to like a really soft falsetto.
Right.
The way he can kind of journey through music like that so effortlessly. It's people don't pay attention to it because he's so fucking good at it.
Right. He made it seem so easy.
He belts and then hits you with the falsetto. Like he does all of these different things. He makes it impossible
Absolutely.
to not enjoy how he brings that music forward. The Lady in My Life.
Another.
This is one of my favorite MJ songs.
This was more R&B-ish.
Yeah.
Right? You felt a little bit more soul.
Yeah, it's got a really interesting sample.
Is that about somebody? Is that about that?
It has to, I don't know if it's about that, but it has to be about somebody.
It has to be, right? Because every song
It's just-
yeah.
It's just the feeling is too intense.
Right.
This to me is perfectly executed album.
Yep.
Front to back, there's a sequence to the album. You can feel the way he's trying to guide you through the music.
Right.
It ended on a really soft tone. This is a full five. Full five. One of the greatest contributions to music. Let's not even talk about the music videos. Just the music itself.
True.
5.
Is this your favorite album of all time? In general?
Ooh, that's really hard. It's very close.
Would it be in your top 3?
For sure.
Oh, okay. For sure. So it stands quite
For
high.
sure. Yeah.
Okay. So that was Thriller. And then we skipped to August 31st, 1987. So we would have been 8 years old.
Damn.
So Young Bucks. And Bad.
Children.
And Bad. Bad is his third solo album, 7th actual. And this album I remember because I bought it on tape. I still remember I bought it on tape.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean the cover itself.
Well, this is also the debut.
This is Jerry Curl. Oh no, actually
but this is debut of Light Skin, Michael.
This is debut. Good point. This is debut
Right?
of light skin, nose job,
A little bit thinner.
and nose job.
Thin.
Right.
But
this was
Bad
a
it
little
got like really thin.
bit really thin.
Yeah.
Right. And Quincy Jones once again.
Yep.
But this was more of a, I think, more swag.
Very grown up.
A little bit more like. Now he's like
A man.
He had to live like this.
Grown
I feel
man.
like there was a lot of pressure with this album.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
they're coming off of
There had
Thriller,
to be. There had to be.
right?
There had to be.
And there's a 5-year hiatus.
Yeah.
So the first 2 albums, there's only 3 years apart.
Mm-hmm.
This one's 5 years. Do you think? Do you think
God.
it was because he was trying to be like, okay, I gotta really make this one great? Do you think he spent more time, or do you think it was a combination of him trying to still get out of getting sucked in and out of the Jackson 5 thing? Because we saw that in
the tour and stuff. I think a big part of it was
because he was a perfectionist.
I think a big part of it was the injury, right? The getting
Right.
burned.
Good point.
And a big part of it was the
I didn't think about that.
longevity of the success of Thriller.
Thriller, right?
Right? Because it made him become someone that had to tour and shows and tour
True.
and shows and tour. I think every single song from Thriller is a single.
Oh wow!
Which
I
is
didn't know that.
unprecedented.
But I
for
can see
albums,
that. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So to be able to have a run like that, I think it just took up way too much time. So
Fair
the
enough.
5-year space, I think is unavoidable.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
I didn't even think about his injury. Yeah, that's a good point. So anyways, Bad comes out right off the bat. It's iconic in a lot of ways. This album is probably the album that I know, as far as sonically, I know if I listen to all these songs, it brings me back to something. Like there's more of a connection. Yeah, right. As opposed to the other albums where there are songs, this is the actual album.
Yeah.
There was a connection to. Even if I didn't like the songs, there's still a connection there. So this has, once again, 10 tracks, keeps it simple. We have the title track, Bad, The Way You Make Me Feel, Speed Demon, Liberian Girl, Just Good Friends, Another Part of Me, Man in the Mirror, I Just Can't Stop Loving You, Dirty Diana, and Smooth Criminal. Now, standout tracks for me.
And is it Leave Me Alone on this too?
Was that a bonus track? Because I know one of the albums had a bonus track when they re-released it in
Leave Me Alone was
2001.
on Dangerous?
Yeah, it's not on this album.
Why is it showing in this track listing?
Leave Me Alone, is that what you said?
Yeah. Just leave me alone.
No, I don't have that on. I don't have that on Dangerous either. No. But I know that song. Interesting.
Okay, maybe we'll do it without it.
Yeah.
Sure.
But standout tracks for me, Smooth Criminal. I mean, one of my favorite MJ tracks of all time.
Masterpiece.
And the video.
It's a masterpiece.
It even sparked a video game called Moonwalker and a movie.
Yeah.
Dirty Diana. Rock element, but did it well.
Peak MJ.
I think Slash, did he do the guitar? Yeah, there you go. I really like I Just Can't Stop Loving You. I really did. I there's something about that song that was really, Man in the Mirror.
Wow.
Liberian Girl, The Way You Make Me Feel, those songs really stand out to me. Bad, once again, Bad is kind of like a Beat It.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
it's cool, it's catchy, not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
My favorite track of the album is The Way You Make Me Feel. I mean, that is a song.
Oof.
When I tell you,
So good.
it's the emotions that come when I listen to that song. And the video was so dope. I mean, that's beautiful. And Smooth Criminal will be a close second. I give this album a 4.5 out of 5.
Almost a 5.
Almost a 5.
Interesting.
Just because the body of, just for me anyways, there was more, I don't know, there's something about it that's just...
So Bad, the song itself, has an interesting connection to Prince. He was supposed to collab with Prince on the song.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so Bad was supposed to be a Prince and MJ collab.
Like he was going to sing on it as well?
Yes. So
Interesting.
Michael did his parts and the beat, sent it to Prince.
Right.
And it was supposed to be like a battle song between the two of them.
Oh, okay.
But Prince said, because of the opening line of the song, he said, there's no way in hell I'm going to be on this song. Because the opening line of the song, MJ goes, your butt is mine. And Prince is like, no one's having my butt. So because of the line...
Wow. So Prince was... Pause.
Prince paused, yeah.
Yeah.
Pause that shit.
Yeah.
I feel the same way you do when it comes to Bad and Beat It. I think Bad, for me, is better musically. I really like the bass line.
I agree.
It's really fly.
Yeah.
But overall, the song is not really
Right.
one that I really like. The Way You Make Me Feel, ooh-wee. Song always feels incredible. It's a non-skippable song for me. I have to listen to it every time it plays.
Yes.
Speed Demon is whack. I don't know what Speed Demon is.
I can't even
Speed
recall.
Demon! It's got that...
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what this song is.
Yeah, it's weird.
Never liked it, never listened to it. It's just not good. Liberian Girl is amazing.
Really good.
Amazing song.
Really good.
There's a weird story about why he used Liberian as well, but I can't remember what it is. It's not because the girl's actually Liberian.
Right.
But Just Good Friends is okay. Filler
for me.
Another Part of Me is amazing. I really, really love Another Part of Me. It's still on my MJ playlist.
Yeah, not a bad song, but yeah.
I really like it. I think he killed it with
Nice.
this. Man in the Mirror is one of my favorite MJ songs. And this is the really unique thing about MJ, which really I don't think any other artist can do, is make a song all about the meaning and the message and the mission.
Right.
And have it become a incredibly popular pop song while still
delivering a message, right?
Feeling
yeah.
it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make change, like that shit, man.
Yeah.
the fact that he can sing that line and it's not corny.
Good point.
The fact that he can say to the kids on the street, without enough to eat, and that's not corny.
Right.
Obviously, the line's not supposed to be corny. It's beautifully written. But if any other singer tried to sing that, it just doesn't.
It's kind of like Elvis is in the ghetto. In a sense,
that's a great
like
song.
like as far as like I can make a hit song,
Yes,
but I'm gonna make you feel
But I'm
something,
gonna
and I'm gonna
speak to
talk
you.
about some stuff.
Yeah, and no one does it better than MJ.
Absolutely.
And there's obviously more songs to come where he does this. As
Was
well.
that his first song that kind of was trying to send a message?
This heavy? Yes.
Right.
I think he always sprinkled messages in his music.
Yeah.
But this one was like.
But this was all in.
because We Are the World was like.
I was gonna say We Are the World, but that wasn't really a solo Michael Jackson.
Right.
But I'm talking about like if you go to his first two albums.
Yeah.
It wasn't something that was so.
This
just
was more
focused on-
activist
right,
MJ,
right,
for
right,
sure.
right.
Yeah. This is where you first see the real activist side of him.
And I think that's why he was so beloved because worldwide is because he had that humanity element about him. Like although he was larger than life, he could still relate to every type of person.
He spoke
right?
for the people that were ignored. He
Right.
spoke for the people that were starving, that were
right,
suffering.
right.
He really deliberately meant to make revolutionary music.
Right.
He didn't hide from it.
Right.
And that's a really
True,
hard
yeah.
thing to do as a pop artist, right? A lot of pop
Absolutely.
artists want to protect their career.
Sure.
He was more like, fuck it, I'm going to give you every part of me.
He wasn't just from seeing him and watching the movie, and I don't think he was really money driven.
Yeah.
Like a lot of artists are not.
I think
he
he
wasn't
was-
worried about his brand so much.
Yeah, I think he was very smart about money.
Oh, absolutely.
Obviously.
Yeah.
His dad obviously taught him
Sure,
very well. He
sure.
knew how to navigate that world.
But that wasn't his major factor on.
No.
Selling albums. He
He wanted to create
wanted to
beautiful
create.
music.
Right.
And I Just Can't Stop Loving You is a beautiful fucking song.
Absolutely. What a romantic song.
Such a romantic, very
You know what I
sexy. Again, lyrics that only he can sing. Because there's some corny there's some corny writing.
There is.
But when I say corny writing, I mean it's because it's become so cliche.
Right.
People have used this style of writing now, and it's
Over
so
and
cliche.
over and over
But when he did it,
It was
the magic.
Right.
Right. And that's
It
why
was
I Just Can't
revolutionary.
Stop Loving You can still be listened to, and it's still very fresh. Dirty Diana, come on.
and once again, rock.
Yeah, he's
Rock.
roaring in the song.
It's very rock
Yeah.
influenced, but done in a very like you can feel his
coming
pain.
from his soul.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
the beautiful part for me, which I like the song so much more, is because it's Princess Di's favorite song.
Yeah.
And when they first met, they had a conversation about
Right.
it. I think that's so.
I heard that. Yeah.
I think in like the lore of the zeitgeist of MJ's
Yeah.
career, the fact that he had this cool moment with Princess Di,
Right.
it's so fucking.
And they were friends.
Yeah.
And she was cool too.
She was.
And I hate the royals.
She was pretty amazing.
But she was one royal that I really.
I always have an affinity for Princess Di.
Right?
Always loved
There's something
Princess
about
Di.
it.
And Smooth Criminal. Smooth Criminal.
What do you say to that?
It's a masterpiece. It's a brilliant pop song. It makes no sense that this song is a hit. Because he's rapping like a weirdly violent story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
there's no reason why a song like this, where there's bloodstains on the carpet in the first
Right.
verse, and it's a commercial success. Like, massive radio hit.
Right.
Why?
So I heard a fun fact about the song. Annie.
Right.
Did you hear about this?
I think I recently heard about this.
I did too.
Okay.
Where one of the sound engineers who's still alive, and they asked him, about, because he specifically did this album, and he said, do you guys know what Annie, who's Annie? He goes, yeah, Annie was based on the CPR dummy.
Yes. And you're
he-
supposed to ask.
And I guess in a lot of CPR classes, especially back then, the standard name was Annie.
Yeah.
And so you would first go to the person in distress and be like, Annie, are you okay? and then he made a song out of it.
And that's the.
And if that's true, which it very well
it's
could
been
be,
it seems like it's been verified. Yeah.
that is a whole nother level of brilliance.
Musical genius.
You can make a song out of a CPR dummy. What can't you make a song out of? I mean, that is the lowest form of
And the fact that it's
conversation.
been debated about what he meant for 30 plus years,
Right.
and it just now gets
Right.
revealed that it's a fucking CPR dummy. Everybody and their mama was, who's Annie?
their
Why
grandma.
Annie? What are you talking about? For some
yeah.
people thought it was Eddie, Then it,
Oh, there were so many
and then it got
conspiracy
finalized
theories.
to Annie. And then there was an episode of Dr. Phil where a woman claimed that she was Annie and that she had this affair with MJ and
Only
that
a
he
Dr.
really loved
Phil
her.
would see that.
So it became such an infamous
Interesting. Yeah, it was always
myth
just
of
like,
its own.
what is it?
And it turns out it's a fucking.
It's a CPRW.
But the brilliance to take something so simple
Yes,
and
absolutely.
turn it
Into gold.
Yeah, absolute magician with words. This is another 5 of an album. The thing is, the songs that aren't good on this album are nowhere bad enough to drag down the quality of all of the other songs.
Well said. Well said.
So another 5 for me. That's fucking amazing.
And I think for the most part, for the first 3 albums that we've reviewed so far, the bad songs would be a good song on any other artist's song.
Right.
But because he's on such a different
set the
level,
bar.
he's critiqued at a higher level, right? You put those songs on,
Any
Prince
other pop
album,
star.
anybody else,
Yeah.
you'd be like, oh, that's a good song. Pretty good, right? But Mike Jack
Power of
gets
MJ.
Anyways, all right. Now we go album 8, but theoretically album 4, and what we're discussing.
Yes.
We're fast forwarding now to November 21st, 1991.
He's got an affinity for the fall.
He does.
Right?
He really does. So this is 4 years after Bad.
Damn.
We are in grade 7. Yeah, we're in grade 7. Yeah.
91, yeah.
Yeah, we're in grade
That's
7 going to grade 8.
crazy.
Yeah. This was the first album without Quincy Jones.
Yeah.
So he decided, his first run with Jackson 5 in a solo career was with Berry Gordy, which was great. Then he decided he needed a newer, fresher sound. Goes to a younger guy named Quincy Jones, who elevated him with 3 albums. And then at this point, he's like, I need something fresh again. So he's all trying to reinvent
He's very
himself,
smart,
right?
very smart artist.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
And
with the times.
So he goes to a young producer named Teddy Riley, who did, I think, majority of this album. And then Mike did a lot of some production as well. Because he had the skill and talent. This is his first album that I could see that had more than 9 or 10 tracks. This had a total of 14 tracks, which was kind of unheard of. So track listing, we go Jam, which featured Heavy D, R.I.P.
It's very cool.
Why You Wanna Trip on Me, In the Closet, She Drives Me Wild, featuring a young Rex in Effect. I didn't even know that.
So weird.
Remember the Time, Can't Let Her Get Away, Heal the World, Black or White, sorry. Who Is It? Give It to Me, Will You Be There, Keep the Faith, Gone Too Soon, and title track Dangerous. Now, this album, for me, it didn't have that same. I don't know. It wasn't
Same magic.
Yeah, there was something missing from it. Maybe because the sound changed, and it wasn't a bad thing. But you get used to a sound, and it's all new all over again. It's like when Dr. Dre released Chronic 2001. Nobody really got it in the beginning, other than Still Dre. The other songs were like, these are really different. But then you listen to it a couple of times, you're like, oh shit. Like, I feel like it was different, but it wasn't. But anyways, my favorite song on the album is Who Is It? And that's one of my favorite Michael Jackson songs.
Really, really
because that reminds me of
song.
like peak Michael Jackson music and the beat. Couple other songs. Jam, I don't know. Jam was okay. I feel like I don't know. There's something gimmicky about it. It was even the rap was a little corny. I don't know.
Yeah, Heavy D's got a little cheese.
You know what I mean?
Got a little cheese. Here comes the man.
Remember the Time? I never really liked Remember the Time.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I thought it was okay, but Black or White, great message, but I don't know, not for me. Dangerous, once again, is. So yeah, overall, like I said, I really liked Who Is It, but the other ones, just for me, didn't hit, and so I give it 3.5 out of 5.
And my biggest critique is there's too many songs.
I totally
agree. I feel like Jam is the Beat It, Bad
Absolutely
version of every album. He's got one of these kind of songs.
That's his one kind of.
And
commercial.
interestingly enough, those songs become the biggest hits.
Sure.
I never really liked Jam. I always thought it was cool because the music video had Michael Jordan.
Yeah. The concept was cool.
And the whole vibe that he put behind it, I thought it was all brilliant.
Yeah. I feel like it was recycled, right? We've heard that.
Yeah.
In a little
Yeah,
bit.
I think there were glimpses of magic that Teddy Riley and MJ could have had on this album.
Right.
Why You Wanna Trip on Me is kind of, again, didn't really move the needle on the album. In the Closet's great song. I really like it. She Drives Me Wild, whatever, as well. Remember the Time is amazing.
Yeah.
I've always liked Remember the Time.
Most people love it. I don't know why, just for me.
I think it does a lot of really cool things, and he really shows the, again, filmmaking ability. The music video.
The video, absolute.
Black royalty throughout the music video, from
Absolutely.
Magic to Eddie Murphy to Iman. Just
Absolutely.
masterpiece video. And the music video was an event.
It was.
I don't know if you remember, but they
Yeah.
interrupted TV to have this special event, which was Michael Jackson releasing the Remember the Time video.
And they simultaneously played it on all, at the time, we had VH1, MTV, and BT, and they all usually don't partner.
Unbelievable.
But they all had to play it because it was so big.
It was Michael Jackson. Unbelievable. I always loved it.
Yeah.
Can't Let It Get Away, whatever. Heal the World is so cheesy.
Yeah.
But
once again, great message.
But MJ can still make it sound like there's still parts of the song where you listen to him sing and you're like, fuck, this guy can sing anything.
Yeah, I mean, he really could.
He really could. And it sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
But to me, musically, the song is whatever.
Right.
Black or White, same vibe again. back to the
Very commercial.
The Beat It, the Bag, the Jam, the Rock, the Hype. Again, another monumental video concept.
Absolutely.
Brilliantly performed.
Yep. They had, so if you haven't seen the video, they literally go through a bunch of different people of color and genders, but they do this kind of transformation.
The face meld.
And it was kind of new.
And it was very new. No one had done it before.
And it was cool.
And this is the
first.
first.
It was cheesy. I think when you look at it now, you think, oh, it's kind of cheesy.
Yeah.
But at the time, it was revolutionary.
And also featured a very young Tyra Banks.
That's true.
Mix.
Good point.
And this is also the introduction of slick back ponytail MJ.
Right.
This is the intro of that MJ.
Tank top MJ with the
yeah.
shirt.
No more jackets with all the stuff. Like really scaled down, stripped it down.
Yeah.
Given to me, I always really liked. This I think MJ uses rock really, really well on this. Who Is It Again?
That gets
amazing song. Amazing song. Will You Be There is okay. Keep the Faith is okay. Gone Too Soon was okay. I always like Dangerous. Dangerous I think is a great song.
Nice.
Again, one of those songs that is in the vein of the Jam and the Beat.
Yeah.
But this is one of them I really like. So overall, the album for me gets a 3, and I really hate doing that. But there's just too many songs that minimize the value of the good songs.
We're very similar in our choices.
So this one gets a 3 for me.
It's funny because even songs like even if his album, some of his albums are maybe the whole body's not great. The one or two songs just pacifies everything else.
So good.
Like Who Is It can pacify 4 or 5 bad.
Like he always shows you magic.
Right?
Yeah, in parts.
Because it's a song that you repeat and you repeat and you repeat and you repeat.
But like I still have remember the Time in rotation. It's still on my
Nice.
playlist, so
Nice.
it's good. It always stays there.
And finally, so in 1995, Mike decided to release a compilation album titled History, Past, Present, and Future, Book 1. Now it's kind of referred to just called History. And there's 2 discs, or 2 albums you can call it. It's 2 in 1. The first portion, or the first part is called History. The second part is History Continues. So History is just his greatest hits.
Yep.
And History Continues is new material. But the way history is spelled is the HIS is capitalized.
Yes.
His history. That's kind of cool.
His story. For sure.
His story.
Yeah.
So his first double album, and his 5th kind of solo album, 9th studio album. So 4 years after Dangerous, he comes back. We won't go over the first disc because that's just
We already did.
we've already gone. But we'll go through the second disc, which is History Continues. 15 tracks. A lot of tracks. First song, Scream. Then we have They Don't Care About Us, Stranger in Moscow. This time around, Earth Song, DS, Money, Come Together, You Are Not Alone, Childhood, Tabloid Junkie, Too Bad, History, Little Susie, and Smile. I think the album was monumental because it was, the cover was kind of neat. It had a statue of him, right? The whole thing was, the concept was really good.
They built that big ass statue.
It was in Russia or something?
It's one of those places that they were had like floating down the water and stuff. Like,
and it was a really good statue.
MJ pulled stunts, man.
Yeah, he did.
Really, nobody else would even attempt something like that.
And to have a greatest hits album so early in your career and still release albums after that, that's pretty prolific in itself. I didn't even think about that until right now.
Genius.
You release your greatest album, only four albums in. Some of these artists make 4 albums in 5 years.
Yeah, that's real.
Sometimes even less than that, right? Okay, so saying that, for me, my favorite song of the album is Scream, just because, well, I like the beat. The video was amazing.
So good.
But I really like the music, and I love that him and Janet collaborated for the first time ever.
First and only.
And it was well done.
Yeah, it's a great song.
And the video is very badass. They're both,
So
it's black and white. They're
the
very,
choreo is flawless.
they got their hair, like they got like futuristic. It's just a total futuristic vibe. It looked like it was a costly video. Just from
Absolutely.
I could see.
I think I remember hearing at that time it was the most expensive video for that time.
Right, and the way it starts off with that really, don't listen to it loud at the beginning in your headphones because it's got this distortion.
Feedback,
But that was the whole the song Scream. It was meant to be I think again, he was going against all the accusations. And
stop pressuring me.
Right.
Stop fucking with me. First time he actually swears in a song.
Oh wow, I never knew that.
Stop fucking with me.
Shit, I never knew that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I mean he doesn't swear in general.
Yeah.
I really like They Don't Care About Us.
Yeah, that's a
Another
great song.
meaningful song,
Super
but
protesting.
well done.
Yeah.
I love You Are Not Alone. I mean, romantic. Mike Jack was a romantic, right?
R. Kelly
Is
wrote
it
that
safe
one.
to say that he's a romantic?
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Very soft.
It's sad that he didn't find real true love.
Yeah.
Right?
That we know of.
That's true. That we know of. And right, Ark. And that's tough, right? This guy, man.
It's a beautifully written song.
I mean,
punk ass.
It's sad.
And the video had his wife at the time, Lisa Marie Presley.
Which is crazy.
Which is so
because
weird.
I mean, you imagine the king of pop marrying the king of rock and roll, his daughter. Like, wow. But yeah, the rest of it, I didn't really care for. I feel like, I think at this point, I wouldn't say he stopped caring, but I don't think he knew where he was musically, or the all the allegations and all that. It kind of blurred his perfection of what. And like I feel like it was very all over the place. I don't know. It was just something that it wasn't like the other albums. So for me, I give it a 3 out of 5.
So I feel like this album, MJ started to get a little more isolated.
Well said.
From the public. He
Well
started
said. Yes,
to
he did.
he started to kind of limit who got access to him.
Yeah.
And I get it. He was treated horribly.
He was.
A lot of stuff had passed by this time. A lot of
Right.
allegations had passed. He had gone through the strip search and the violation and all that shit by the
Right.
FBI. So this is a very angry album. I feel like there's some really underappreciated songs. The majority of the production is done by Janet's, go-to Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Right,
and a lot of songs are produced by MJ. So Scream, amazing song. I really love it. It still gets played in my playlists. They Don't Care About Us is one of the best protest songs that I think has been written by a pop artist. Hip hop has tons of protest music.
Sure.
You can't really compare. But what you can compare is how he influenced artists to make more of that style of protest music and not give a fuck.
Right.
Because They Don't Care About Us is hard.
And he says some things in there that really hits nerves.
The original that eventually got pulled was when he said "Jew me, screw me, everybody do me." Yeah.
Right.
And he goes, "Kick me, kike me, don't you black and white me." It's pretty intense stuff for a pop singer.
Absolutely.
And they eventually pulled all those lyrics, and what you hear now is just kind of like the
watered down version. Yeah.
Stranger in Moscow, I love this song. I feel like the melodies that he uses in Stranger in Moscow are really unique. Even like the verses, like he uses a lot of really cool melodies. I always like the song.
Nice.
This stays in high rotation for me. this time around, whatever. And I think this is the first time that Dallas Austin got down with MJ as well.
Oh, I didn't even.
I don't really like that combination. To me, they didn't really do a lot of great stuff together.
No.
This time around is whatever.
Even I mean, you can have super producers with super talent, but sometimes it just doesn't work.
It doesn't match. You need chemistry.
You do.
Earth Song. Oh. Again, for me, to make a protest song like this and have it be such a beautiful pop song on top of it, really nobody else ever
Could do it like that.
Ever will be able to do it. And surprisingly, David Foster is listed as a producer on it. He's an icon, a musical icon. He's been doing shit forever. Earth Song is one of my favorite songs. The fact that it is 6 minutes and 50 seconds long, and I never skip it. I
gotta listen to it. I quickly skimmed through it, but maybe some of the recommendations that you said, I think I gotta go back and listen to it.
It's so good. DS is weird. I don't know why this song is on the album. It's just random.
Filler.
And again, this one, when you get to too many songs, if you would have cut 5 out, the album would probably have been revered.
I totally agree.
Way more. Money's kind of boring. I don't really care for Money. Come Together is listed as a song on here, the cover for the Beatles song. And you might think this is blasphemy, but MJ did it better.
I do. Yeah. I totally agree. I didn't like the Beatles version. I love the Beatles, but I didn't like that song particularly. But he did something to it where I was like, oh, it's pretty good.
I like the Beatles version as well. I think the song writing is so weird because they were high as fuck when they wrote it.
Right.
It's like there's the here come old flat top, here come cruising up slowly. None of the lyrics make any sense. You can tell they're high as hell. But MJ singing is fucking fantastic.
And it's not easy to cover a Beatles song.
At all. And make it your own.
Correct.
You Are Not Alone is amazing. Another song I really love. Child Hunt's a tough one for me. Because he sings it beautifully. Right? Like, can you hear it when I say
quick skim, but no.
So Childhood is one of these songs that's sung really beautifully, but the song itself is kind of boring.
Okay.
So it can't get a lot of love. Tabloid Junkie is okay. It's just angry.
Right.
He's mad. There's a lot of anger here.
Right.
Too Bad is okay. History is okay. Little Susie. I don't know why that song's on the album. And Smile is another one of those songs. It is a painful song to listen to. He'll say stuff on the song. He's like, smile even when you're crying, smile. Like he compares smiling to all of these different conditions you could be experiencing.
Right.
And it's a weird synonym for his life at this time because he's presenting this god icon of music. This persona that I'm the baddest, the greatest, the most untouchable musical artist of all time, and he's really like falling apart.
Is that a cover of the Jimmy Durant song from Joker?
I think it is.
You know what I'm talking about? The one they use in the trailer?
Yeah. I think it is. Yeah.
Interesting.
It's really
because that version is really good, but it's very sad.
It's really creepy and weird.
It is. Because you almost think it's a happy song because that version anyways. But then you start listening to it and it's like, no, it's not.
And MJ, the way he sings it, he really carries you. Like he's got a really great way of extending notes.
Right.
Where like, for me personally, the way I visualize the music.
Yeah.
In waves, it feels like the music is like pouring out of him. And he can guide notes in ways that very few singers can. And that's obviously because he's been, blessed with this fucking gift of a voice that just makes no sense when it comes out of his mouth.
It's true.
You don't expect him to be able to do those things that he does musically all the time like this, but I really enjoy Smile, but it's really painful, and it's like, after watching the movie, a song like Smile hits different.
Right.
Because you could tell he was perpetually sad.
He was.
Right? Like he was sad about the world. He was sad about what he went through.
Yep.
And the only way he could function was to give you beautiful music.
Right.
So
it's like Tears of a Clown.
Totally.
Right?
Totally.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And again, this is another album for me where the power of the great, so I call them great songs.
Yep.
Outweighs a lot of the really mediocre songs.
Right.
Not enough to give it a 4. I don't like giving halves, so it gets a 3.
We're the same there. So we're very close.
Very close.
Yeah. And I think I actually thought you would give some of the albums higher because of your reverence. But I think once again, I think you looked at it as like, okay, Forget about the
The
fandom.
whole-
yeah,
the whole-
musically, right?
You have
And that's
to.
what we do.
Yeah, you have to.
As much as we like some of these artists,
And
we don't let our appreciation of them blind what we're listening to.
Yeah, yeah. The
There's a
functional
difference.
part of the.
There's a function, right?
Yeah. And I thought I was going to give Off the Wall a 5, but then when I go back and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. There's a few of those that.
You listen to it again and you go,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I have the vinyl too. I listen to it actually quite a bit, and it plays in the background.
And I'm sure it hits differently on vinyl, right?
Totally
Yeah,
different.
yeah. So in closing, just a couple of quick fun facts about Michael Jackson. The moonwalk, his infamous dance, he debuted that in 1983 during the Motown 25 show. If you haven't seen that, YouTube it. It's magic.
One of the greatest performances ever.
And one of the greatest dances created, right?
Yes.
Thriller music video. If you haven't seen that, even if you don't like the song, the music video is ridiculous. Released in 1983. 14-minute video. Almost, you could call that a short film.
That's a short film for sure.
Which didn't exist back then. 1984, Michael Jackson wins 8 Grammys in one night. You guys all talk about Taylor Swift and Drake and Kendrick winning a bunch of Grammys, and that's cute.
8.
That's cute. In nowadays, where they're all exploited everywhere, they're all over the. This man won 8 Grammys without any of that.
And you have to hold it like this.
Come on.
Because there are so many.
What are we talking about? Let's not forget that. Breaking MTV barriers. He was one of the first black artists to get regular heavy rotation on MTV starting in 1983. Broke racial barriers and landscape of, and I totally agree, right? He kicked the door in for future not even black artists, but artists of color to be like, our video can be shown too.
Yeah, and he was a very proud black artist. He was saying often. And that Motown special, the interesting part about that is after MJ's performance, Marvin Gaye had to perform.
I didn't know that.
And he didn't want to go on after because like, why the fuck? This is not fair for me to go on. But he went on and gave one of the greatest performances ever.
Really?
But it will never be remembered.
Yeah, you can't.
And Marvin Gaye is one of my favorite artists from that era.
Right.
So the fact that he goes and gives this heart-wrenching performance, which is beautifully done, and everyone's like, yeah, but the moonwalk.
It's like when
moonwalk, cuz.
It's like this is really bad, but it's like when what's her name? I forget that. So Michael Jackson, when he passed away in 2009, Farrah Fawcett passed away the same day, but nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit about Farrah Fawcett. And I'm sorry to the Charlie's Angels fans. That's kind of what we're saying. It's like it's sad, but nobody gives a shit.
He got Farrah Fawcett.
He got Farrah Fawcett in it because we love Marvin.
Wow.
But you got Farrah Fawcett in.
I can't believe that.
1987. I didn't even realize the anti-gravity lean. It had a name for the dance.
Oh, right, Smooth Criminal.
Right, which was impressive. And then later on, we figured out how he did it, but still, nonetheless,
it's still cool as fuck.
Impressive.
Yeah.
1985, collaboration with a lot of huge musical artists to create "We Are the World," and I remember that. I remember that.
It was a big deal.
Like it was, and it was kind of a catchy song.
It was in the news and stuff.
Yeah, it was kind of catchy. It's corny now. At the time, it wasn't horrible.
There were some artists that should not have been on it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think it was more popular than anything. Whoever was popular at the time, throw them in there. It's not necessarily about talent.
Have you seen the documentary?
I think I did.
It's really funny.
I think I did.
Seeing MJ's reactions to some of the singers.
Yeah, because some of them, like Kenny Rogers is there, like the Gambler,
Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah.
And the faces he's making when they're singing is so good. He's so good.
And then the 1987 to 1989, the Bad World Tour, which basically set new standards for modern pop tours with stages, and you see a little bit of that at the end of the movie. He's known as the king of pop. I think that is larger than just the word pop.
Yeah.
His fashion, I mean, we've already talked about it, but the guy was iconic. Even if you don't like it, I mean,
iconic.
Some of the stuff he wore was just
iconic,
crazy. And then the glasses, right? And yeah, record-setting sales. I mean, Thriller is the best-selling album, like you mentioned before, in music history till date. That's
nothing will ever touch it.
Like to have to have an album to not be outsold 82 45 years later and still have that's I don't think if you can't beat it in 45, even movie records have been broken
constantly.
Avatar
Constantly.
just became like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
in recent times.
Always.
Right?
Yeah.
But music sales, it's nothing. 45 years?
I can't buzz though.
Open more.
Okay, can you?
So that's a wrap. That's a wrap. I think we've talked about it all.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts on the great Michael Jackson?
So obviously his influence spreads across the spectrum when it comes to hip hop.
Yes.
Which we talked about before we started.
Yes.
NLE Choppa. Even now, this new young generation of artists
right.
that are using MJ's dance moves, gear, he influences every artist of every genre of
Absolutely.
music, not just hip hop, but his contributions to the growth of artists, period, of aiming to heights that you never would have even considered aiming if Michael Jackson didn't exist.
Absolutely.
Making proclamations like I'm the king of this, king of that, king of whatever. Being so bold in your appearance everywhere you go all the time.
Right.
The swag of the sunglasses, inside, outside, daytime, nighttime, didn't matter where it was, he didn't give a fuck about it. And just the way he moved in the world.
Yes.
Really, you can say he's soft and meek or whatever, but everywhere he went, he was a force.
Absolutely.
Every room he walked into, everybody would stop and stare. There's a story about him going to a Lakers game. He got invited to a Lakers game, and he always told people, "No, I don't want to go.
Right.
It's too crazy. It's too crazy."
Yeah, I can just imagine the pandemonium happening.
Magic invented it because they were homies.
Right.
MJ comes to the game, reluctantly comes to the game.
Right.
They had to stop the game.
Because
They had to stop a basketball game because the crowd was going nuts and crowding the court, trying to get a piece of MJ that escort him out, reset the fans. And
that's insane.
today, the biggest celebrities in the world are front and center.
Are right at the front.
At every single NBA game right now in the
Yeah.
playoffs in New York, you see the biggest stars in the world,
Yeah.
all front and center,
Yeah.
and no one cares.
Facts.
And no one cares.
No. You do a quick little on the big.
You do a pan, everyone cheers.
You get a little, and then that's
Some
it.
people get nothing,
Yeah,
and
that's
then
it.
it's over.
Yeah.
But they had to stop them. So then there will never be anyone like him.
No.
There's nothing ever going to be close to him as far as the musical legacy,
Facts.
the artistic legacy, the fashion, the impact that he's left, and then 16 years after his death, having one of the biggest runs musically of his career as far as album sales, album streams, music, the movie sales. There will never be another.
Never, ever.
My personal GOAT, the reason I ever wanted to sing, the reason I ever wanted to make music,
Right.
do anything artistically, creatively, Michael Jackson is the reason. And I would say for most artists that have ever done it, spawned a generation of artists from Usher to Chris Brown to Justin Timberlake. All these dudes
Facts.
only exist because of the
Because of
path
Michael
that
Jackson.
MJ created.
Facts.
The men and the women both
Absolutely.
owe their legacy
And
to
of
him.
every genre.
Every
right?
genre. Every genre,
Yeah.
every gender.
Every
He made
gender.
people
Yep.
genderless. At
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
He was ambiguous racially. He was ambiguous when it came to gender.
Yep.
He really became something so much bigger than what a pop star could be.
Yeah, he wasn't just a musician.
He was so
At
much
the
more.
end of his career, he was
more than that.
everything. He was an advocate.
Yeah.
He was a dad.
The most philanthropic,
brother, a
the most
son,
philanthropic artist ever. The Guinness
Right.
Book of World Records donated more money than any artist ever.
He would go broke giving money away.
Absolutely would,
Right?
and it would.
Like-
I don't think it would phase him.
No, he
I think
wouldn't.
He would just
No,
do it.
no.
Sacrifice his career many times to make these massive tours, to pay out these massive charities,
Yes.
and refused to do it any other way.
Yep.
Did it his way. Sinatra talked about doing it my way. Michael Jackson embodied
Oh, nice.
doing it my
Nice
way.
of that. Nice of that.
And there will never be another.
No.
And it's a great way to end the podcast.
R.I.P. to a legend, and revisit his music if you haven't already, and watch the movie. That's all we can say.
It's great stuff.
Another one.
Great
Another one.
episode.
There it is.
90s till infinity. I am Elite.
I'm Riz the HHC, and we'll see you on the next episode.
And make sure you hit the subscribes.
Please.
We don't really sell. We don't really do the selling part.
No.
But if y'all can help us with the subscribes, the
That'd be
shares, the
nice.
likes, the comments,
It'd be
we
great.
really appreciate it. We're trying to grow this into something big. You can see the flag of honor in the back
There
there.
you go.
It's what we represent. It's what it is. It's hip hop, y'all.
Peace.